late. It's because the market has kept us on our toes for sure. So I'm VSL. This is Veganstonerlady. I've got a team with me here. I've got a few of the anti-animal use team. I've got Cooper, Elvin. I've got Pam. Because we were just talking about boundaries and respecting if somebody wanted to be on camera or not. Turn that down. So anyway, there we go. Awesome. See, we got Lewis here. Hey, good to see you, Lewis. The real Meebo. All right, I'm going to pass the microphone around just so we can say hi. You can say hello to us. Do you guys want to say hi?
I'd say hi, yeah. Totally. Hello, everybody. Hopefully we'll get lots of conversations today. It's been a moment since I've been back at this location, but it's actually, it's around a year of anti-animal use, and it's where we met anti-animal use, so it's kind of nice. So yeah, excited to talk to some people and have some conversations. Didn't say anything.
A little chilly here in Portland. We're at the PSU Market. Happy to be clapping and, being alongside Veganstonerlady this morning. Going to be with anti-animal use this afternoon as well. So looking forward to having some good conversations here at the market.
Heck yeah.
Yes, cool. Awesome. Pam, do you want to say anything? Say hello.
Say hi. Hello, everyone. Good morning. We're here in Portland. It's cold.
It's cold. It's cold.
I hope we get some good conversations going.
Yeah, exactly. We're hoping for some good convos. So, I have the sign that says, we actually all have the sign. It says, I'm doing a social experiment. Come talk to me. On the other side, it says, should the powerful have the right to oppress the powerless? Powerful being just some advantage, strength, intelligence, whatever, just some advantage. Should that person who has the advantage have the right to mistreat or exploit those that don't have that advantage? So we're going to ask some people what they think. Hey. Hey, no injustice lasts forever. What's up? Good to see you. Thank you, Felix. Yeah, I'm hoping we have a productive day too. It's a little chillier than I was expecting, so as we're all experiencing, we're like, oh, where'd this joke come from? It was supposed to be all nice and warm today. I don't know, it may warm up. It's only 8 a.m, but appreciate it. 51 degrees Celsius. Is that what it is? No, that would be outrageous. 51 degrees Fahrenheit then. Aw, thank you. Reptile dude loves us. Oh, well, if you stand up for animals or at least don't demand their exploitation, we love you too. What are we doing? Oh, thank you. Yeah, so we're out here and in the Portland PSU Farmers Market, and we're going to ask some people about their values and see if they live in alignment with what they believe. Hi, what's the chant about? Oh, veganism. So veganism is this ethical stance against the exploitation of sentient beings. And we're out here to talk to other people because I think that we all share this principle that we shouldn't exploit each other when we can avoid doing so. So this is more of just like a PSA for the animals and for my local community to be like, hey, morally speaking, I think you agree with me, but your actions show otherwise. And I want to live in a community where everyone has a fair chance at life. And, treated fairly. Man, not even curious eyes right now. Absolutely the real Meebo. Actually, I really have to say I'm so thankful for my team right now because I was planning to come here really early. Not expecting people to be with me, so I'm really honored right now to have everyone here. It's a blessing. Thank you, Stuart. Yes, we're trying to talk and even if we don't get conversations, we still try to make an impression. People know who we are here, so. I know, right? We do need more people that speak up.
That was Reptile Dude saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, I see a couple of triggered trolls. Like I don't really care about what you're using or consuming right now. It's more like what makes it okay in your mind to pick up that next package, to demand that next animal product, knowing that those individuals had to lose everything in order for you to use them. What stops you from living vegan from here on out? Make sure that you're tapping, sharing. Let's get this live out there. Let's get some people in here.
I'm a retired teacher and I work and work and work. Get 2 jobs and work at school 3 nights a week.
Yeah.
I wish I was young enough to get involved with education. It just didn't want to agree.
Pam might be having a conversation. So I want to know who's in here. If you're vegan, put a 1. If you're not vegan, put a 2.
Stand up for yourself.
Vegan, put a 1. Not vegan and curious, put a 2.
Oh, hey, I can do that.
I did change it on you, Chrissy, so I don't know if that changes your answer. Okay. Tan, okay. Oh, look at all the vegans in here. What's up? Hi.
Could you just do me this one favor?
Yeah, I figured. So, what's making you not curious? Like, do you know what veganism is? Nothing fishy. Or are you responding to somebody? Nothing fishy omega? You can get your omegas from flax seeds, chia seeds, other seeds and nuts. You don't need to get them from someone's body. In fact, the individuals that you get your omegas from got it from algae. Yeah, if it's made from fish, it's not vegan, but if it's made from other sources, it is. Which I said, you can get your omegas from seaweed or from flaxseed or other seeds. Oh, wow. Thank you, Pandora. Appreciate that. Dubs in the chat for Pandora. Appreciate you. Thank you. Can I like it? Oh, I can. Okay, in the past, it hasn't let me do that. Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh. Awesome. Thank you so much, Pandora. I love the green hearts. Yes, please, if you want, you can spam the green hearts all day. We love green hearts. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Floating hearts. Thank you, Pandora. Same quality? I mean, I don't care. I can get everything I need using seeds. Like, the people that don't consume animal products, or at least the least amount of them, tend to live the longest and have higher quality years. So I don't need to use fish. I can get it from nuts and seeds. Love the green hearts. Thank you so much. Preach it for real. Yeah. I mean, I don't know anybody that has any issues with getting their omegas. I feel like that's kind of a nothing problem. We can get everything we need using the vegan Dailey Dozen, which I think it even suggests eating flax seeds specifically. Flaxseed, yep, 1 tablespoon. It's got a lot of other things too in there, so I like the ground up flax seeds. They're the best. They're not so chunky. What about allergies to them? I mean, it depends on what your motivation is. Do you want to be vegan, or are you looking for an excuse to not be vegan? I would say if you want to be vegan, then go talk to a plant-based dietitian that can help you with that. If you're just coming up with excuses, I mean, of course you can come up with, a lot of things that are inconvenient for you, but which matters more? Who has it harder? Someone who has a slight inconvenience of finding where to get their omega-3, or the one, having their life taken from them? Who has it harder? Well, if you're looking for an excuse. Well, I don't agree with you. I feel like this country could do with better leadership. I think there are a lot of great people in this country that do want respect for everyone. And I think that having the leader we do have emboldens the wrong people, emboldens the people who want to harmfully discriminate or arbitrarily discriminate others that look different from them. And I don't like that. I want to live in a community where everyone's treated fairly. No, this isn't PETA. This is anti-animal use. We're here in beautiful Portland, Oregon at the PSU Farmers Market. Oh, I guess that's the official start. So maybe it starts at 8:30. I think the market started at 8:30.
Oh, it did.
So my bad.
Oh, okay. It's starting to pick up.
Yeah, it is. Oh, Mark. Thank you so much. Dubs in the chat for Mark. DSL, you give me faith in humanity. Thank you for what you do. I appreciate you. Thank you for the donation. Honestly, what your donations are going to go to right now are anti-animal use t-shirts. So we're going to get some matching shirts, and they're going to be helpful to the community around us when we wear them after the event. Like, they have all the resources on them, so you can walk around and still inspire more people. Thank you so much again, Mark. Really do appreciate that. So you guys make sure you're tapping, liking, sharing. Let's get more people in here. Let's get some people to learn about how veganism actually does align with their own ethics. My clothes didn't come from animals. They're made from cotton, and I sourced them from companies that are ethical, environmentally conscious, and make sure their labor is from fair sources. Thank you, Christy. Is there something you can point out to me that is not vegan on my body? The benefits of being vegan are that there aren't animals enslaved for you. Animals don't have to be exploited for you, right? That's the biggest benefit. For you, it's that you don't have to be a hypocrite anymore. You don't have to lie to yourself that you have to use animals or make excuses for your habits. You can just know that you're doing the right thing and living by your own values. And we as humans, we prefer to be consistent. We don't like being contradictory of our own values. We don't like lying. We like to think that we're good, you know? And so we'll do things that make us feel like we are good. And if we feel like what we're doing is bad, it will weigh on us. Stop cutting down trees? Yeah, if we stopped using and enslaving and exploiting other animals, we would actually stop wiping out forests so much, because we would reduce our agricultural land use by 75%. We could grow back so many trees. That's the land equivalency of North America and Brazil combined. All that land can be rewilded, have forests or prairies or whatever naturally belongs there. Yankee, go home. I'm in the USA. I'm at home. If we didn't eat animals, we wouldn't breed the animals. If we didn't eat animals, we wouldn't breed the animals. Do they not at least deserve life? No. There's no suffering in non-existence. When you bring them here, you're guaranteeing that they suffer because you brought them here to be your slave. Because your argument is basically in support of human slavery, because at least they got life. That's not moral. That's not a justification to enslave someone. But our ancestors taught us to fish is a right for a human. It's not a right. It's their right to live. Are the non-vegans coping in chat? They are. Yeah, I agree. No injustice lasts forever. Non-vegans have zero valid arguments for their violence, and they prove you right every time. I mean, Brian, you can leave. If this is such torture, then leave. I'm not holding you here. That's too funny. Oh, your voice is so terrible. Change the channel. So I want to give a shout out, and I haven't asked permission, but Lucinda's is right behind me. She makes these burger bags, essentially. You can use them with like taco meat or whatever. And they're actually made out of oats. Oh my God, they're so good. Oh my God, so good. She's got, let me see what she's got. trying to read those. Garden burger,
We've got
veggie burger.
Cajun.
Sorry, I'm talking about you. Definitely if you're in the Portland area. Bean curry. Oh, yes. I need to get more. We've been craving them.
I'm going to start bringing, I was waiting for it to be okay, but I'm going to start bringing a vegan creamy salad dressing with a whole bunch of veggies in it.
Oh, I would absolutely get some of that.
Yeah, so good. You'll love it.
Okay.
So good. And you can even just like throw the salad in, the lettuce in a bowl and just pour that
Just
on.
like-
You're getting all kinds of vegetables.
Oh, you don't even know it. I love it. Yes, please come to Lucinda. Do you want to say something? You don't have to. No, don't worry.
I'd
Oh,
like to, but I'm not prepared.
no, I totally understand. I even said, I was like, I'm not asking permission to talk about her, but we're going to talk about her. So absolutely. If you're in Portland, come here and check it out. Yeah, I know. I know it was kind of hard to find a spot. We were walking around for a minute, but yeah.
You're always welcome there.
Thank you. Awesome. Definitely go check out Lucinda's. Yes. Hopefully the microphone didn't cut out. Did it cut out? She's going to come out with a dressing later, which is going to be amazing. Lucinda's. Definitely go check her out if you're in the Portland area. Plant-based mixes. Purpose-filled plant-based food. So good. Yes. Exactly. Eat vegan burgers, get some morals. Level 5 vegan, I don't eat anything that casts a shadow. You might want to eat something that casts a shadow. It's okay to eat plants. They don't have a preference, so. You can't murder plants. That's just hilarious. They're sentient, or they're not sentient beings. Sentient beings are the ones that you would murder, right? They're the ones that have a sentient life that you're robbing of them. Plants are not sentient. They just respond to stimuli. Hi, Fly Sensei. Good to see you. Little Vegan Peg. Oh my gosh, you guys. Good to see you. Make sure you're tapping, sharing. Let's get some people in here. It's good to see y'all. We're in Portland, Oregon at the PSU Farmers Market. And there's starting to be some people walking in. So we might get a conversation, I'm hoping. Oh, lots of people coming in from down there. Okay. Exciting. Good to see you. How do I know that plants aren't sentient? We have scientific evidence that's looked at this. So there's a scientific article called Debunking a Myth, Plant Consciousness, and it goes over the last 50 years of studies that have been questioning about plants' sentience. And all the studies that say we sang to the plants, we talked nicely, or we were mean to the plant, and it had an effect, those studies have not been reliably repeated. And it was actually people who found those studies to be reactions to stimuli and answered those same, found out what those responses were. It was just responses to certain stimuli, not from an emotional response or a sentient response. Those studies have been reliably repeated. So in this study, it talks about their methodologies, what they did, and what they concluded. And this whole article, after going through all those studies, concludes plants are not sentient like animals and humans. So after all that talking, if I steel man you, even if plants are sentient, you feed most of them to the other animals. So if we care about their welfare, about the plant's welfare, we would still live vegan, not demand as many be born into existence to be fed to plants. Because based off the trophic pyramid, you will always have to give the animal that you're going to consume and use more food than what it would take for you to just eat. It's just the way it is. It's basic thermodynamics and biology. Just because you choose what you want to eat, non-vegans choose what they eat. What about your victims? What do they want? Do you ever think about that? Or do you only consider your own pleasure? What's the same about plants and non-vegans? Both have the same brain activity. Nice. I love side conversations.
Some ladies had said that they had to just go get strawberries first, so I hope that they were.
Oh, there's strawberries right down there.
I hope that they were. They were just actually going to come back.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'll talk to somebody eating a strawberry. That's totally fine. The fruit meat. Okay. Almost got a conversation. Don't tell me to stop eating animals when your B12 supplement needs a slaughterhouse of lab equipment to exist. My B12 supplement doesn't need a slaughterhouse. It's plants. It's like seaweed, plants, and that's it. No, I just talked about that. All these studies that say that plants do feel pain. Would you like to be live on YouTube? Awesome.
I don't see very well. I'm trying to figure out how to.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you step forward for a little bit. So I'll have you stand right here.
Right here?
Right there. Beautiful. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the sign down.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you for being willing. So my name's Anna. What's your name?
Meg.
Meg. Lovely to meet you, Meg.
too.
So what brings you actually out here to the market today?
Strawberries.
I love strawberries. Did you get them from that booth over there?
I got them from the booth at the end.
Yeah. Oh,
Too many choices.
I know, right? It's kind of a good problem, though, right?
Yes. Good problem to have.
It is. So I'm going to ask you just a couple of quick questions, and let me know if you feel uncomfortable. But do you feel that, or what do you think about the powerful versus the powerless? Do you think someone who has some advantage should have the right to oppress or mistreat those that don't have that advantage?
They shouldn't have a right, and I don't think it's going to last very long.
I agree. I'm right there with you.
It's too imbalanced.
I agree. Yeah. Those that have power shouldn't abuse it against those that don't. They should, in fact, maybe even help them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about the power dynamic when we talk about other animals, like the animals we use for food, clothing, entertainment, vivisection? Would you agree that we as humans are the powerful oppressing the powerless in that situation?
In a lot of those situations, yes.
Yeah. In your opinion, why do you think that they're being oppressed? I agree with you.
Because some of this stuff is unnecessary and it's cruel. There's no reason to do something cruel to an animal. It's not even necessary for a life.
Yeah.
I mean, we know if you get shampoo in your eyes, it's going to sting. We don't have to do that to animals indefinitely to prove that. Just
Yeah, that's so well put. Exactly. We already know, we have research, and we've actually, as far as vivisection, we actually have improved technologies coming out that have been proven to be remarkably better than using animal subjects.
Yeah.
What's happening, we're finding, the people that breed those animals that are tested on, they have an interest in continuing to breed them because they get contracts, right? They get money. So
that's bad for the environment too. We do not need 10 million mink.
Yeah, no, we don't. Exactly. So
We do need some mink, but not that many.
well, so if we don't need to use them, do you think that we still should?
If we don't need to, no.
Yeah, exactly. What about when it comes to clothing? Do you think that we still need their fur or their leather? Do you think it's justified to take their life for those things?
Not for fur. Leather, I think, animals are dying as it is, and to not use the hides is irresponsible after they're dead.
If they weren't being unalived and we didn't have this byproduct source and people wanted to just raise animals just for their leather, would you find that moral?
No.
Yeah, I agree. So when it comes to like the animals that we send to slaughter for our food, which is where that leather typically comes from, right? They're trying to dual purpose that. When it comes to using animals for food, can you think of something that we need from them that we can't get from other sources?
That it depends on the situation. I'm kind of familiar a little bit with this this thing that you guys are trying to get signed into law. I have some.
We're not actually part of that group. I know what you're talking about.
I have some serious problems with that.
Yeah.
One problem is that Native Americans, we have taken enough from them and badgered them enough and taken all their land, and to not let them do their ceremony of whatever it is of catching an orca. If the orca is okay with it, I'm okay with it. It's their religion.
Do you think the orca is okay with it?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's part of their religion, and I don't think we, the white majority in this country, have the right to dictate to people and say, your religion is bad, you must not do this, because we had this brilliant insight about veganism.
So actually, what's interesting is veganism has been a theory for thousands of years.
Yes, it has.
And
Back to Pythagoras.
yeah, and a lot of the foods that we consume are typically they're staples of a lot of poorer nations. So I wouldn't say that veganism is this colonial thing. If anything, animal ag is colonial.
Veganism isn't colonial. It's some people are being colonial and using veganism.
Gotcha.
Excuse
So-
me, I wasn't clear.
Oh no, I appreciate that we clarified. Yeah. So, if someone's in a situation where they have no other options, like this is a survival conversation, that's one thing.
Yes.
I would argue, though, culture does not absolve something of its immorality. If I had a culture that said I could enslave men in my basement, right? That doesn't need to be respected just because it's my culture, right?
I don't need to respect it. We're both white.
Yeah, no, I exactly, but I just mean
My
something.
point is that we can't be.
Well, let's say they were
dictating-
enslaving each other. Would you say that's still moral,
No,
even though they're not white?
no, definitely not.
Exactly. That's all I was trying to make. Like,
Definitely not moral.
and it's not that culture is bad. It's just that something being cultural doesn't absolve it of immorality.
Right.
So I'm just curious about your choices, though. When it comes to you choosing what you consume, what's stopping you from? It sounds like you actually have a lot of good values. What's stopping you from living in alignment with that and living vegan?
I need fish. I'm getting old. My
Okay,
brain needs fish.
What do you think fish has that's good for your brain?
I don't know. It's the stuff that makes it red. You know, salmon,
Okay.
and it's supposedly keeps you from getting bad cholesterol.
Okay.
And
So if you on a vegan diet, you actually on a plant-based diet, I should be clear, you don't eat cholesterol because cholesterol only comes from animal products.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could actually eliminate cholesterol completely from your diet. Can I give you a card because you're so open-minded.
card.
I appreciate you. So I'll tell you what's on here. On the front there's a QR code. And if you're uncomfortable with QR codes, the website's next to it. On the
Okay.
back side you can see here is
Yeah.
that Vegan Daily Dozen. I was telling you, you can get everything you need on a plant-based diet. And if you can see, or maybe a magnifying glass, because I made the text incredibly small, but there's little boxes next to it, and it just tells you how many servings of each thing you would need. As far as fish, my understanding is people consume fish for the omegas.
yes,
You can,
that was the word I couldn't think of.
that's okay.
Sorry.
I mean, I honestly didn't know a lot of these food terminologies until I looked into it because we're not really taught it. You know, we have to find it on our own. But what I wanted to ask is, would you be willing to maybe watch a documentary on that card, like a 3-minute on your own time?
I might. Yeah.
I appreciate you. So if you scan that QR code on the front, it just takes you right to it. Click on See What I Found. 3 minutes. Could I ask you to just not consume any animal products until you watch it?
Except for I have some fish in the fridge that's thawed, and if I don't eat it, it will be wasted.
Okay. Would you be willing to watch the
After that-
documentary?
But
Okay.
after that,
Okay.
I will not consume any until I watch the.
I appreciate that. There's a couple of reasons. Just so you know, like maybe you don't understand all the victims that you might be creating in that time, but also there is a cognitive dissonance when we consume animal products and then watch what happens to them because it makes us uncomfortable and we don't want to think about it.
Right.
So I just want you to have an honest mind when you watch it, and I really appreciate you taking that. Last question. How many more animals would you like exploited for you? Is it more than 0?
Say again?
How many more animals would you want exploited for you? Is it more than 0?
No.
I agree. That's what I mean. I think we all just share this value. What was your name one more time?
My name's Meg.
Meg, I really appreciate you talking to me. I'll let you go now. You spent some good time with me. Can I shake your hand?
Sure.
I really appreciate talking to you. You're amazing, Meg. And if you want to find this live, it's on that card as well.
Okay.
So you can rewatch it. Thank you for stopping by.
You bet.
Yeah, you have a good day. Yeah, enjoy the market. Oh, that was a beautiful conversation. She was very open-minded. I very much appreciated that. That was sweet. Yay, yeah. I thought that was great. I was worried it was too many asks, but she was willing to hear me out, and I think that was great.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was a good conversation. She's willing, and she said she's willing to go look at the resources. And I asked her about the plant-based challenge, and she said, "Well, I have fish in my freezer. I'm going to eat that, but after that, I will do the plant-based challenge." And I was like, "Cool." And
Yeah.
here's the reasons.
And it's hard because, we don't see these animals as objects. So even if they're in your freezer, it doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense to us. But, if in some sense the demand is already in for those animals, so the damage is done, so to speak, in some ways. I had an off-camera conversation while Anna was doing the on-camera one, and
Oh, come over here. Sorry, I didn't realize you were out of place.
they were fairly open-minded. They were telling me about how inefficient it is to use animals. They were telling me a lot of things that I was like, vegans only know these things, you realize. And he's like, oh, I'm vegan adjacent. And I said, well, what's your obstacle? And he said, convenience. And he kind of started to get a little bit uncomfortable. So he did want to run after that, but it wasn't contentious or anything. I just think it was his own kind of feelings coming about. Yeah,
Getting uncomfortable.
so I gave him a card, and he seemed like he might engage with that. So it was a solid conversation. Yeah.
I do feel like the first hurdle, I think, for a lot of people is community, but second is like resources, like knowing where to go to find truthful information that's trustworthy.
Yeah. We live in a world in which there's so much misinformation. There's so much lies on the internet. People don't know who they can trust, what they can trust. It's why we have so many conspiracy theories in our society, because people are really mistrustful of authority and governments. So we're just encouraging people to do their own research. We know where it's going to lead.
Yeah.
Because we've done that research already ourselves, but we encourage people to empower themselves with knowledge.
Did you guys get cards?
I need some.
Okay.
I need some too, but the person I just talked to did not want it.
Oh, do you guys want to talk for a second?
Oh, I was just gonna mention that
Let me get the cards.
they seem to be somebody who who does care about animals, but they seem to have some background in like environmental philosophy, and so they feel as if that it's important for humans to kill, because or like not, they didn't say that explicitly, but they're saying for us to be part of the animal kingdom and be part of the earth, and be part of nature, it's important for us to take part in the food cycle. And so I was saying we are a part of a system, a worldly system, an earthly system, and it doesn't have to be a food system. Like, we can choose that it's just a system. Like, humans took themselves out of predation, and we see that as a good thing. So how can we see that as a good thing, but also not grant that to other people that we can, or who we care about, or care about their who care about their experience, right? And so I had to point out to them that it was just a bit hypocritical, because they were telling me that they recognize how any justification that humans will use to make animals food, or put animals in a category of food, other people can use to put other people in another category to oppress them as well. And so I don't think they liked that. So at the end, they wouldn't take a card, because they were kind of tired of me.
I'm good. Do you want hand warmers?
I'm okay too.
Somebody says, so what do you do with all the cows? So we're proposing that we stop seeing cows as resources to exploit. So that means we wouldn't breed them into existence forcibly using artificial insemination, which is the systemic practice of how they're currently bred into existence.
Right.
So we'd simply stop violating their bodies, stop violating them sexually, and any individuals who are already in existence, they should be able to live out their life in a sanctuary, much like we would let a dog live out their life.
Yeah.
And when they die, their body should be respected, much like we'd respect a dog's body. Dogs' bodies are usually buried or cremated, not chopped up and consumed.
People who tend to say, so you want them to go extinct, it's just showing that they don't care immediately. They don't care about the lives of individual animals, or they're not, at least not thinking about it, because if you're saying that, you're just thinking about them as a species.
Yeah, if I was
and that
alive-
species is itself, because yes, if you yourself were alive, and your species is dwindling of human, right? And some aliens are going to come along and want to breed you because, oh no, there's not enough humans, and they're going to go extinct. But why didn't they just ask you, girl, hey, are you happy? Or you wanting to live the rest of your life out? And you're like, yeah, cool. It kind of sucks. There's nobody else like me around, but I don't want my autonomy violated, and I don't want you to start using me. Or
Hi, Vegan Heretic. Hello to the vegans and the mods. Thank you everyone for being here. For anyone curious, Veganstonerlady is live here in Portland, Oregon at the PSU Market. It's been a little bit since we've been here. It's a little bit cloudy right now, but we're expecting the sun to come out. We've had a good conversation on camera, as well as some off-camera conversations as well. I want to ask the chat to double tap that screen. Keep double tapping the screen. Share the live as well. to the vegans in the chat, if you have a favorite vegan chat or if you have a place or a community that would enjoy this type of content, do share the link there. All right.
Oh, unless you're talking, I
No,
don't
I'm
want to.
good.
Okay, I didn't want to sound rude.
No, you're good. Somebody says that's why you look how you look. So if you're responding to substantive questions with ad hominem attacks and making fun of our appearance, that just tells us that you didn't have a substantive response. You didn't have an argument.
Yeah.
So we see that as a sign of weakness.
Yeah. A sign of coping, which is it's fine. It's more like it's understandable to feel that way, but at the same time, just take a second and ask yourself, why are we talking to you about this? Why is this so important? You know, if you were in the victim's perspective, how urgently would you want this to be resolved?
Yeah. We understand you're kind of bargaining with your own ethics, but don't lash out. Become curious. Become open-minded. We are returning respect to you, so please do the same. So our argument here is that when we live in 2026 and we have an abundance of other options, humans should not be exploiting and using animals for their flesh, their secretions, for entertainment, clothing, or testing. When we have another option, what would justify our contribution to that system of violence and exploitation? That's the argument we're putting forth. If you have a counter argument, or maybe if you think you have a justification for this exploitation, put it in the chat so that Veganstonerlady and I can address it.
Oh, Vegan Heretic, good to see you. They're afraid of you, Cooper. You're a machine gun of facts, and they can't deal with it.
I don't know about that. But
It's totally true.
somebody says, I would eat dog. Does that make it ethical? If a dog is walking down the street, is it okay to shoot them in the head just because you would eat them? If not, what's the difference between a dog and a pig that makes it okay for the pig but not the dog?
Oh, I just realized something too. We're only on Top Chat. There we go.
Oh, no. Now we get to see some more trolls.
Now we can see all the trolling. Oh, and this one too.
We've mentioned sentience, so of course the folks wanting to debate abortion, they're here, but we're not here to talk about abortion.
Okay, we already looked at those.
And reproductive autonomy, although we generally take a pro-bodily autonomy perspective here. We're trying to focus the attention on animal exploitation today, the exploitation of our beyond human relatives that we share this planet with. We're asking, what's the justification for this exploitation and violence? Let us know.
Oh, Reptile, I feel your pain. Not having a vegan family is pretty normal, and it sucks. Yeah, you can be pro-life or pro-choice and vegan. It doesn't matter either way. The issue more is if you're avidly one or the other and not vegan, you're going against your own values. Thank you. You're beautiful people too if you're vegan. Yeah. Yeah, so you can be whatever body type you want to be. If you want to be lean, you can be lean. You want to be larger, you can be larger. You want to be ripped, you can be ripped. You can do whatever you want on a vegan diet. You can have any body you want. It's what you want, right? Like, I don't necessarily want to have a ripped bod. I kind of like just being a healthy weight that's kind of lean. Not necessarily, I don't like to do exercise a lot. So that's just my personal preference. And this is the body I get from that. And I think it's okay. I'm comfortable with my body. Plus, even if it made me a little unhealthy, I'd still live vegan because you're demanding someone lose their whole lives just so you're not fat or skinny. That's stupid. Meat actually at one point just meant food, not someone's flesh. So just so you know, vegans eat meat. It's just vegan. Yeah, so we're not talking about apex predators. We're talking about humans who are moral agents who know what's right and wrong. Humans can thrive without using animals. So what justifies using them? I don't know about that. Yeah, so we're here in beautiful Portland, Oregon at the PSU Farmers Market, and we're going to talk to people about vegan ethics, about the idea of living without exploiting others. Thanks, little vegan peg. Sentience is the ability to have an experience, to have your own subjective experience of emotions. Stone Cope for failing to convert anyone. Oh, there's been lots of people that have gone vegan, but I don't really keep a tally. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here for some kind of like competition. I'm here to like end animal exploitation. Yeah, I know. We saw tough grass, touch grass. We got it. Calm down. Well, Chrissy, you're literally saying that you can't get on board with me because of something I don't even do. Like, how many times a day are you taking a baby's head off? How about jellyfish? What about jellyfish? Who cares? Are you eating jellyfish? Are you wearing jellyfish? Are you testing on jellyfish? What are you doing with jellyfish? Yeah, so the cows are still sentient beings, I see. But if I grow the plants myself and raise the cattle myself, I've both provided life so that they may reciprocate. So I could do the same thing with human slaves. That's the logic you just used. What's the morally relevant difference between cows and humans? Why is it okay to enslave cows but not humans? What quality do cows lack that 100% of humans have? I don't hate anybody, honestly. I actually love everybody. I can see the beauty in anybody. It's just more like if you're expressing ugly values, I see the ugly in that too. I don't know. I don't eat jellyfish. You're the one that brought up, what about jellyfish? Why would you want to grind them up? Why not just use plants? I feel like it'd be a lot more work to go out capture jellyfish when you could just grow plants and eat those directly. Well, it's fine you assume that all life is sentient, but the evidence shows that plants are not sentient. In fact, they have no evolutionary benefit to being sentient because they don't move. Yeah, is slavery good? Whether or not it exists, is it good? Is it moral? It's okay to enslave humans if they're not productive? That's gross, dude. So Chuck, you don't believe in human rights. Got it. No trees are sentient. You can go look it up. No plants are sentient. Some people claim that they are, but every study, every analysis that has looked at these studies have not been reliably repeated. You can't do it. You can go ahead and try it yourself. If you don't give the plant water, yeah, it will wilt, you know? If it doesn't have enough sunlight, yeah, it'll wilt, but it doesn't react to emotion. Vegan 6 years, living fully in alignment with my values with zero contradictions. Non-vegans are just coping by thinking otherwise. Exactly. If they were the victim, they'd see the oppression clearly, right? So let's do another check. Everyone be tapping the screen, share the live. We're here in Portland, Oregon at the PSU Farmers Market, and we're just going to ask some people about their values and see if they're living in alignment with them. Yeah, it's kind of cold. It's overcast right now. There's a decent amount of people walking around. Curious eyes want to know what's going on. Cholesterol. Vegans don't need you don't need cholesterol. You make your own cholesterol. Your body makes your own, and all you need. Go to an orchard and you'll see the same trees year after year. Go to a slaughterhouse, you will not. Such a good point. I mean, if you want to be kicked out, why don't you just leave? I don't understand. Exactly, Lewis. Might does not make right. Thank you. Hey, what's up? Nick, Grass-Fed Human. Please, everyone, go follow Grass-Fed Human. If you're not right now, go do it. Exactly. Picking apples is actually a benefit to the tree because it spreads their seeds. And they don't feel pain. They have no preference. I don't need to speak about children in California. You already know about it, right? How many times a day are you demanding that children in California be abused versus how many times a day are you demanding animals be abused, right? You don't demand these human atrocities. Can you do something? Okay, then do something. But if you're not demanding it, you're not going to have as big an effect as you do on veganism. And I'm not saying one or the other. I'm saying you can literally do both at the same time without breaking a sweat. because you're going to make the choices about what to eat anyway, what to wear anyway, what cosmetics to put on your face anyway. So when you're making that decision, just choose compassion. You're literally not making any other effort. And then you can advocate for whatever cause it is that you want. You can speak up for the children in California. But I'm here to speak up for the animals. We literally breed 92.2 billion animals, land animals alone. This is, if we include aquatic life, it's in the trillions. We're wiping them out every year. You know, that we haven't even had that many humans exist on the planet, and we're wiping these animals out at that rate annually. That's why I'm talking about this issue, because it's ongoing. It's been going on for so long. It's time to end. There's nothing we need from them. Nothing justifies exploiting someone. This is our modern day. I mean, we have human slavery still, sadly, but it's not as blatant. You don't hear people like, oh yeah, of course I got slaves doing my labor for me. Like, it's more of a hidden thing, right? Because people are ashamed of it, and we need to eliminate that. But nobody's even aware of what they're demanding when they use animals. Most people think, oh, the animals put to sleep. The farmer loved them, and the animal wanted this, or at least they didn't care, which is ridiculous. That's like saying dogs don't care if they lose their life. Cats don't care if they lose their life, right? That's ridiculous. Yeah, it's wild. It's really sick what we do to other animals. Like, most people, if they had to watch, I mean, that phrase, if slaughterhouses had glass walls, everyone would be vegetarian. They'd be vegan, because vegetarians still demand exploitation of other animals. To get milk, you have to grape a cow, and to get eggs, you have to have a chicken with a mutation that they carry this thing with them every day just to drop it for you, which is not what they were intended. That's not what they originally were like out in the wild. They only laid eggs to have babies, and it was only like 13 to 15 eggs a year. Yeah, exactly. Future generations. Can you believe they used to eat animals? Yeah, exactly. They'll look at us in horror. Yeah, so, okay. Do you believe in human rights? Do you think that we should uphold human rights because humans care about what happens to themselves, regardless of who they're related to, what nation they come from, right? What they think about, if they're intelligent? Don't you think that everyone should be treated fairly, regardless of their disadvantages or their vulnerability? It doesn't matter what humans evolved to be like. We have evidence that today we can thrive on a plant-based diet. We can thrive without using fur, leather, or any other animal, like feathers. We don't need any of that. Yeah, so again, those that are not vegan and avidly advocating for pro-choice, pro-life, whatever, and you're not vegan, you're going against your own values. Your own values. Like, who cares what I think, right? Don't you care about being consistent? Don't you want to be a good person? Or do you like feeling like you're making the bad choice? Does it make you feel like a good person to always know that you're exploiting someone when you don't need to? Tanton, why are you so triggered? It's interesting. I think people that bring up this, and it's usually dudes too, so people that don't have uteruses are the ones crying about abortion the most, which is really gross, right? They're literally saying, because I have a penis, I want to have power to turn someone who doesn't have a penis into a vessel for me to use. It's gross. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate it. Well, that's great, Chrissy. You have autonomy over your uterus, but you don't have autonomy over my uterus, right? You don't have dictation over what happens to my body. What about the animals that you use? What about their bodies? Do you think they care about what happens to themselves? Yeah, you can't be vegan, or you can't be a feminist and not vegan, because a lot of our products are reliant on abusing the reproductive system of a female body. You know, graping them, making them pregnant, taking their milk, taking their eggs. I know chickens don't need to be fertilized to have eggs, but still you have to have chickens, female chickens in a barn where they are locked in with males and they are raped to death until they make enough eggs and they're not able to produce enough to make more egg-laying chickens, and they get off themselves. But that's what you get when you need chicken eggs. They breed those chickens into existence by having a breeding shed, by abusing the female reproductive system. And the males are often unalived immediately because they're a waste. Why would you feed someone that's a waste? So all these dudes in here crying, it's like, you're the one that's taking all the lives. Why are you taking babies' lives? Yeah, chickens get raped, yes. Yes, animals naturally reproduce, but not at these numbers. We definitely artificially inflate their numbers. They are artificially inseminated, and like cows, for instance, we put our arms up their bums, and we jack off a bull, gather his semen, and squirt it into her vagina, and then we massage it in there. After 9 months of her pregnancy, she gives birth to a baby, and cows, especially dairy cows, are known to be extremely maternal. And we just rip them apart, that family. They are very distressed. They cry out to each other. We don't care. And then the males are sent off to veal. They can live to maybe be 20 years old, but they're often taken down at 2. And then the females are raised in these little huts until they reach sexual maturity, and then they get raped just like their mother. And they have their babies stolen just like their mother until they're about 6. Again, they can live to be 20. And then they're dragged off, usually with some kind of farm equipment, either to be slaughtered or they're just pew-pewed right there. Yeah, John, I'm sure you didn't put your finger up the chicken, but how did you get more chickens? You forced a situation where these hens were in harm's way, where they were going to be abused by a rooster so that you could benefit from that. You could have protected them, but you decided it was more worth it in your interests to make them procreate and continue to have babies that carry a deformed body, because they didn't have this in the wild until we interacted with them. They only laid 13 to 15 eggs. Now they lay 300. Halal is not better. Halal is just taking a life and saying a prayer. It's just as bad. Hey. Make sure you're tapping, sharing, liking. We're here in Portland, Oregon at the PSU Farmers Market. Trying to get a conversation. Ooh, looks like we have a couple of conversations in the background, which is nice. Yeah, exactly. I know. Braining is hard. It's all right, non-vegans. Let's go. The cholesterol's slowing the thinking down, I guess. Yeah, so even though humans are classified as omnivore, that just means we're able to digest many different things. It doesn't mean we need to. And in fact, we find that we thrive on a plant-based diet. So, no, plants are not sentient. Yeah, Chrissy, it doesn't matter what the messenger believes in. If you hear the message and you think using animals that way is wrong, you should just do the right thing, regardless of what the person telling you does, right? Because right now you're kind of doing this appeal to hypocrisy thing. Because I'm not perfect, you can't do the right thing. It's pretty pathetic. It's kind of like a child saying, oh, but my friend Timmy gets candy for dinner. Why can't I? You're not Timmy. I'm not Timmy's mom. You know, like, you're an adult. Make the right decision. You shouldn't have to have someone else holding your hand, right? Yeah, so we left nature because it's cruel. We have shelters, clothing, medicine, right? We fight these natural things that will take our lives. So since we have done that, we've also learned to coexist with each other, to tolerate each other, to accept each other, to not, look at each other and say, because you're different, I get to use you. And I think that we're at this next evolution where we need to look at everyone who feels, who has emotion, and recognize they deserve that same respect. I think that every time we have a rights movement, the rights move forward for someone, but sometimes there's still a group standing back there that still needs to be lifted up, and those are the animals. I'm in cahoots with the roosters. You got me? I don't know what that means.
Somebody says, preach no exploitation, but rely on weed to cope? Hypocrite.
Am I toking right now?
And what's the inconsistency? Let's hear it. Like,
Yeah.
what's the inconsistency with medicating with marijuana and also standing against the injustice towards our fellow animals? What's the inconsistency? Where's the hypocrisy? I genuinely want to know.
Yeah, I'm genuinely curious as well. Okay, a bunch more ad hominems. Cool.
Somebody says, I had a vegan black bean quesadilla once. It was so good. Yeah, so we don't even have to miss out on our favorite tastes, our favorite foods. It's not like going vegan means you don't have a quesadilla. You just swap your vegan cheese or can go without it if you don't want it. You just have all the same foods. You enjoy your food. But I do want to just hammer home that even if, let's say, we got half as much enjoyment when we ate our plant-only options, if that happened, I would still choose those rather than subject somebody else, another animal, to being exploited and used and killed on my behalf. I would still do that even if I had a detriment to my pleasure. But if I'm speaking with you honestly and frankly, I didn't experience that personally. I enjoy everything I eat.
Same. I keep seeing plants are live, which, yes, they're alive, but they're not sentient, which is what we're talking about. Someone caring about what happens to themselves.
Hello, Vegan Anthem. Hello to all the vegans. I don't know when Anna said it last, but we're here in Portland, Oregon. For anybody curious, double tap that screen. Share the live as well. We're at the PSU Market. We've had lots of off-camera conversations. Gonna look to ask some folks to come on camera who are comfortable and have some conversations about animal ethics.
I wonder, Touch Grass, do you feel the same way with people that consume alcohol? Because I would say the majority of people, especially omnivores, consume alcohol. Is that a problem for you? Do you not listen to anybody that drinks or smokes?
Somebody says it's already dead. I don't call animals it. I don't see them as objects. But even if somebody's dead, let's say a dog is hit by a car. It's really unfortunate, but it happens frequently in our car-centric society. Is it acceptable for somebody to go and gorge on their flesh? Or should we probably see what the caller says and see if we can find their guardian so they can be respectfully buried or cremated? Why do you disrespect the bodies of animals other than dogs so much that it's okay to gorge on their flesh, but it's not okay to do that to the dog?
Yeah.
What's up with the inconsistency?
We'd like to know. Stop killing worms in the box. What worms?
Somebody's saying, consider the idea that dietary cholesterol does affect your hormones. So if this is the case, you should be able to point to a scientific study which is showing health detriments in terms of hormone health and sexual health within people eating plants only. Let's see that study. Paste the title of it in the chat. We're waiting.
Touch Grass, I think that we've touched your emotions a bit. You just are crying constantly. Yeah, again, plants are not sentient. Thanks for playing. I'm sure you're going to paste it again, though, because it just seems the only avenue you can actually die on, I guess, which doesn't even make sense. It is illogical.
Somebody says they are deflecting. Deflecting from what? Put your comment in the chat again so that we might have a better chance at addressing it.
So again, veganism is an ethical stance that humans can thrive without exploiting others. So we're saying that if most people agree that we shouldn't use others, shouldn't exploit others, or we shouldn't be exploited for others for their best interest and not ours, then we should give that respect to all those that have emotions, all those that are experiencing life, right? All those that are looking forward to that next experience and care what happens to themselves.
Somebody says, stop projecting. No one likes to abuse animals. We're not necessarily claiming that there's anybody who enjoys abusing animals, or maybe that they enjoy the process behind animal products being produced.
People crash out.
People, usually when they see it on Facebook, they scroll past if they catch any glimpse of it. So,
Yeah, the only time that I really do hear people say, like, I don't care what happens to them is because they're crashing out and they don't want to argue, they don't want to like talk anymore because in their head, they feel like they've lost an argument and they just want to run away. So I've heard people crash out being like, I don't care, but I genuinely think that we all do care. It's just when it comes to our own decisions, change is scary. And we feel overwhelmed when even a small change is what's needed. So, because we already eat a lot of vegan foods.
Somebody says, and it's very delicious, my steak. If somebody found great pleasure and they got great satisfaction from slicing up kitties and eating their flesh, would that be justified? If not, what's the difference between a cow and a cat that makes it okay for the cow, but not the cat? Let's hear it.
Yeah. I don't think your tiny brain should be telling others how to live because you haven't even figured out the basics. What? I'm not telling anybody how to live. I'm saying live the way you want. Just leave sentient beings alone. That's it. They want to be left alone. You don't need to enslave them.
Somebody says, I made a great seitan steak last night. Excellent. I would like to try.
Yeah. Preach animal rights, but support industries that exploit migrant workers for your veggies. So if you're worried about abuses in the agricultural sector, I would say that it's about the same in both animal ag and plant agriculture. But when you look at animal ag, you have compounding abuses on people because you have to raise the plants to feed the animals. So you have the workers being abused to raise plants for the animals, and then the workers being abused that are handling the slaves that you want to exploit. So you're increasing the harm on humans, not to mention the slaughterhouse workers and the increased rates of PTSD, domestic violence, alcohol and drug abuse. Like, you're actually doing a huge detriment to other humans when you demand animal products.
Yeah, we can oppose capitalist exploitation at the same moment that we also oppose the exploitation of our fellow earthlings.
Oh, yeah. I would say it's even easier as a vegan to avoid supporting corporations because you can make almost everything from home out of Whole Foods, or even materials if you're like making a vegan leather or something, or I don't know, anything. There's a lot of things you can make from home.
Somebody says, what advice would you give someone who would like to become vegan, but they have a lot of money and they're very reliant, or they don't have a lot of money? I think that's what you're trying to say. Oh, yeah, you did. The heart was covering your comment. And they're very reliant on free food. Have you heard of something called Food Not Bombs? If not, this is an amazing resource. There are chapters across the world, honestly, and it's a free mutual aid-based food project. It's all plants only, and it's about connecting folks with food in their community directly without having a paywall behind it. And with the grocery shopping that you do actually, and end up doing, you can also focus on whole foods, plant-based, buy foods like potatoes, grains, lentils, beans, pasta, and you'll be just fine. I mean, as long as you have something to work with. And if you don't, just do your best.
Yeah.
You have organizations like Food Not Bombs that help.
It's about your mindset. It's about what you genuinely want to do, regardless of what access you have to resources. Hey, Jake, I saw you pop in. Good to see you. It's about, do you see animals as a someone, or do you see them as a resource? And that'll guide you in your choices, and you'll look for alternatives when that's your mindset. If you're just thinking that veganism is a group that you are going to be shamed into, and you're not understanding what veganism even is, then yeah, I can see how that would be like you're forcing something on somebody. But I think we all share this value. I think even people who are food insecure don't want to exploit others.
Jake says Plant Access Initiative. This seems like maybe another important project or program for affordable plant-based eating. I'm not exactly sure.
Try to screenshot it.
There we go.
Look it up later. Oh, sorry. It's because of the screen. It should move now. Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Never mind. It's already at the bottom. Oh, no, not another one of these.
100% pork? You just eat pig flesh only?
Ugh.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's gross.
Why? What justifies objectifying them and exploiting them for their body when you don't need to, when your body could thrive on plants? What justifies that exploitation and violence? Let's have a conversation about it.
Feminism has hurt women, and feminism doesn't care about females in the womb. They would prefer them dead. Wow, you don't even know what feminism is. That's really sad, Chrissy. You should go look that up. It's about being treated equally. It has nothing to do with abortion. The only thing that abortion interacts with feminism is that I am not a vessel. I am not just an apartment, right? My uterus doesn't belong to whoever's just in it. That's why I am the belief I am. But like I said, it doesn't matter. In our group, we actually have a diverse group of thinking in this. So even though I have one opinion, obviously others have another opinion. The point is, it doesn't matter what we decide for ourselves. That's our decisions. But when it comes to demanding that someone who is on the outside of the uterus already, clearly emotional and feeling, Chrissy, are you vegan? Are you vegan? I need you to tell me now. And if you don't, I'm just going to mute you. Chrissy, are you vegan? So you said vegans, there's no corporation behind. So where do you think your products come from that you eat vegan? The farms that I buy them from, you can eat a whole food plant-based diet. You don't need to support any one organization. You can literally just go to a farming community and barter with farmers. Okay, so Chrissy, why are you not vegan? No, you don't have to be vegan to be here, but you're just harassing me about a different topic in my live when I'm talking about the animals, and it's really rude. It's very rude of you, Chrissy. You're a very rude person, and I want you to know that. That's very rude. Every time that you come into a vegan live and you talk about abortion, it's just disingenuous, and it shows that you're running from the question really hard. So I'm going to ignore you until you answer the questions correctly. All right? So, what morally justifies using animals but not humans? What justifies that? Well, then, Chrissy, you can leave. It's that simple. I mean, you make it sound like I've tied you down and I'm going to shove tofu down your throat, which, don't get me wrong, I would totally love to do that to you, but I can't. I'm over here, you're over there, and I'm going to respect your autonomy. Hi. You need meat and milk. Tell me the evidence for that. Hi, do you want to have a conversation? I'm live on YouTube, though. Is that okay? All right, I'll have you walk around this way right here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'll be right here then. Oh, you have strawberries. I see. I'm going to say, I don't really have a spot to put them down for you. But you're... Thank you, Pam. Pam's going to watch her strawberries. Thank you, Pam. Appreciate her. All right, so I'll have you stand right here.
All right.
You're all good. Beautiful, and I love the bouquet. That's gorgeous.
Isn't it? Yes,
oh
it is
gosh.
for my daughter-in-law. It's her 28th birthday.
Smells good. 28th. Wow, happy birthday to her. That's awesome.
Yes. So I think she's going to love this.
Oh, she'll
Isn't it
love
gorgeous?
It's gorgeous.
Yes, they do a great job
They
here.
do. I love all of them. I just like, especially like the oranges and the purples. There's so many colors. So I love it.
just love this.
I love it.
I live in Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, Minneapolis. And I go to the farmers market there pretty much every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And it's very similar, except the setting. It's sort of by the interstates.
Oh, yeah.
It's not nearly as beautiful,
Yeah,
but
the
it's very
trees.
comparable
yeah.
to this, what you see.
Yeah.
Except you're probably about 4 weeks ahead as far as produce.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we
early.
are. Yeah. So that's why 3 boxes of strawberries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Heck yeah, get all, especially because I've seen there's multiple booths that have strawberries, so it's like, got to jump on that.
Yes, I
Yeah.
bought 3 different varieties just to give them a try.
Oh, I love it. I didn't even know that there were multiple. Sorry, I feel like I have cat hair on my nose.
I don't see it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I know I have a little nose ring here. It just kind of tickles when it gets cold. So I actually wanted to add, first, my name's Anna. What's your
I'm
name?
Ann.
Ann?
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. Anna and Ann.
Right.
I love it. I wanted to ask, what do you think about the powerful versus the powerless? Do you think that the powerful, whatever their advantage is, like strength, or maybe they're really smart, do you think they have the right to oppress the powerless? Move that over.
Not.
Yeah, I agree with you. In your mind, why do you think that's immoral?
Well, it's so easy for those that have to ignore those that don't.
Yeah.
And to think of them as lesser people.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. So that's, I just read this marvelous book called Theo of Golden. It is the best book I think I've read in my life.
Okay.
And it is about a very wealthy man who goes to this town and sees these beautiful portraits in a coffee shop and decides to give the portraits to the people that they were taken of. And it's the story of the people that he meets and the kindnesses that he does for them. And it is the perfect example of doing something wonderful for the powerless. So I would recommend anybody who's interested, and I'm sure it's going to be the best fiction book of the year. It is outstanding.
Okay, I will definitely check that out. I'm very
of Golden.
Theo?
Theo.
Theo of Golden. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, so do you think, I assume that his name is Theo, right?
His name is Theo, the wealthy man.
Got it. Do you think it would have been fair for Theo to exploit those people that had the art made of them?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Would it, and just tell me if I'm wrong, would it be wrong for Theo to exploit them because they are their own person, they're sentient, and they care about what happens to themselves? Like regardless of their intelligence, what they look like, who they come from.
Yeah, and that book's a good example of everybody being at the same level.
Yeah, because we're all sentient. That's what I would say. It's what we all care about in each other. Is,
right.
There's someone in here, and I care about what happens to me. Right.
Right. Yeah. I have to tell you the most upsetting thing that happened. And I have the daughter-in-law is from the Dominican Republic, and she has her initial green card, but she's been waiting for over 2 years for her green card.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Trump.
No, it's
Trump.
It's Rump.
He said if you don't have a green card, they're going to send you back to your country.
Okay.
Until you get one. So we're concerned she doesn't have her permanent one.
Yeah.
And they have a 3-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
It would destroy that little girl to have her mom sent away. And yet we can't let that little girl go live in the Dominican Republic so anyway, enough said.
Yeah. No, could I ask you? Could I ask you like two last few questions? So the only reason why I bring this up is because we're trying to advocate for animals to not be treated as objects. And just as you pointed out, a mom having her child ripped from her or to be put in a dangerous situation is just unthinkable, right?
Okay.
So when it comes to these animals that we use, have you ever considered about what they have to go through in order for us to benefit from them? Yeah. Have you ever heard of the word vegan before?
Oh, I know vegan.
Yeah. What does it mean to you?
It means that you don't eat any products that are from animals.
Yeah, so it's actually, that is true, but it actually comes from this ethical stance that I don't want to demand someone be exploited for me. I don't want someone's family to be torn. And so I recognize that animals are sentient, just as we were talking about. All humans are sentient, right? And that's what we care about in each other. And I'm just talking about we should extend that compassion we have for each other for those that feel. Would you be willing, can I give you a card? Just because you've been so open-minded.
You can give me a card.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I've
so
got to go.
Okay.
I have an appointment I have to go to her ballet class this morning.
All right. Well, thank you for talking to me. You have a good day. Hi, do you want to have a conversation? Okay, all right, no worries. All right. Well, I think she still heard me, and she did take a card, so I appreciate people being willing to look at resources. That's a big step. A lot of people, it's scary to look at resources to know the truth. So if someone believes life should be protected whenever possible, veganism actually fits that value pretty well because it avoids killing animals when we don't have to. Good point, Vegan Heretic. If you aren't following Vegan Heretic, go follow him. He actually does a lot on talking about the Christian Bible and how God is actually more in alignment with animal rights than non-vegans. And Jesus might have actually even been the first ALF, you know? So definitely go check out Vegan Heretic. Just a great YouTuber. Oof, I don't like that. Yeah, don't like that. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate you. Ian's on top of it. Yeah, ignorance is never bliss for the victim. That's the issue. It's bliss for the oppressor. Hi. You guys want to do an experiment? I didn't have my words ready. Hi, you want to do a social experiment? All right. Well, we'll see. We'll get some conversations. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you looking at the screen? No. Oh, I didn't know what you were doing. Gotcha.
Hello to the chat. Hi, vegans. To the non-vegans, we're asking, what's your justification for exploiting other animals in 2026 when we have an abundance of other options? What justifies that violence when it's needless? Let's talk about it. Somebody says, Jesus wasn't vegan. We invite you to watch Christspiracy. This is an important documentary that relates to those topics, to those questions. In addition, for Christians, much like non-Christians, there's nothing that requires us to use other animals or to exploit them for their bodies, their flesh, their secretions, or any other purpose. So it's a choice, just like Christians, but just like it is for non-Christians. And why would we choose to contribute to this injustice, to this exploitation, when we don't need to?
Even if your Bible said, that you can use animals and Jesus maybe used animals, that still doesn't justify it today when we know we can thrive on using plants. And I'm pretty sure that every religion says you must respect animals and only use them when you need to. So it's not necessary that you use them to be a devout, whatever your religion is or whatever your faith is. If not for food, then the animal would not exist. Yes, but if it weren't for slavery, then I guess that slave wouldn't exist, right? Just because you're benefiting from something and you give someone life because you want to use them, that doesn't justify it, right? They once they're here, they themselves belong to themselves. You don't own them.
Somebody said, why don't you consume cow's milk? They don't kill the cows. That's something that's been hidden from you because they are killed. While they might live 15, 20, maybe even longer, they are killed about 5 or 6 years into their life once they start producing less milk for the farmer. There's several layers to the injustice within the so-called dairy industry. They are artificially inseminating these mothers against their will. The boys who are born are frequently seen as disposable or raised for veal. Sometimes they're shot in the head on the first day of life because farmers don't want to put nutrients and calories and money into somebody that they're not going to be able to get a profit from. And the injustices within dairy are horrible. They're horrible.
Yeah. What about invasive species? So what we're mostly talking to people about are their choices that they make every day. Most people are not making choices about invasive species. I would argue, though, that when we use the term invasive species, we're already labeling them as something that is disposable, when really it's just a group of individuals trying to survive in a new area. And maybe that needs some addressing, maybe that needs help, but I think that requires the attention of professionals that have been studying those webs and those systems and how to best interact with them. And I think that we live in a society that objectifies animals so quickly that they just jump to taking their life because it's cheap and easy and quick. Whereas if we had more vegans that were conservationists, they would be looking for more vegan alternatives, right? They'd be putting those values into their work as much as possible. So there are things that we can do about individuals that are maybe starting to cause harm in those areas, but it has nothing to do with your choices day to day. And if we stop enslaving others, we'd actually give room for biodiversity to grow. And so, there's a lot of perks to living vegan and ethically.
Returning back to the dairy industry for a second, just another practice that that awareness needs to be made of is the family separation. The industry is built on the inherent mechanic is that they impregnate mother cows, they steal the baby, they separate the family on the first day, usually, and then they steal what was the milk intended for the baby and put it in gallons and jugs for humans to drink. A whole nother species. We don't need the breast milk of another species to thrive. It's completely needless, and that's why most humans can't process it. It's why they are lactose intolerant.
Okay, I do see the vagina being spammed a bunch. Yes, if it's consensual, yes, you can go down on each other. Yep, I know. Ha ha ha. What are you, 8?
12-year-olds.
Exactly, children. We're always for consent. That is something that vegans understand thoroughly. You can't just use others without their consent. Are you using others without their consent? And others including not just humans, but beyond humans? Scroll it. There you go.
If you spread bigotry, you get put in timeout.
Yeah. Hey, you tops. Okay, again, if you're pro-abortion or pro-life and not vegan, and you're out here telling people they need to be one or the other, think about what your reasons are that they need to be one or the other, and are you actually living in alignment with those reasons when it comes to other animals who are also sentient and care about what happens to themselves?
If somebody cares about what happens to them, what justifies violating their body when we don't need to?
Exactly.
Somebody says vegans care more about humans than non-vegans. Stop coping. What do you mean by that? I really don't know what that means. Leave another message in the chat so that we can try to decode what you're trying to communicate.
Yeah, you don't need to eat cholesterol. Your body makes it already. Oh, yeah, an omelet technically. Well, it's not an abortion. Is it? It's a birth of an egg, because it was never fertilized to begin with. But there are abortions that happen in animal ag, so it does happen frequently. That's not wild. I'm pretty sure that the true definition of abortion is like just the termination of a pregnancy. It has nothing to do with taking life at all. It's literally just removing and ending a pregnancy.
Somebody is curious about the environmental impact of transporting plants across the globe. So we don't even support that necessarily. We support a more localized food system. We're at a farmers market where they're not shipping these veggies and fruits across the globe.
Even if they did, the footprint is way smaller than even your local animal ag farms.
Yeah.
Like, they use so many resources for those animals. It does not equal the same. Like, we could transport veggies back and forth from England, from Europe to America over and over again. It still wouldn't even come close.
Yeah, the primary culprit within environmental detriment is land use. So that's not related to transport at all.
Hi! Rebecca's in the house. Well, in the farmer's market.
Somebody says, I chew on animals daily. Do you think that makes it fair? We're not necessarily asking you about what is or what's currently happening or maybe your current habit, but we're asking about what should be in the future. If you have another choice, if we all do when we shop at grocery stores and farmers markets, what justifies our future contribution to animals being exploited and used and killed? Let's hear it.
Yes, we see more triggered trolls. Hey! Okay, sounds good. All right. Well, that's great. You can advocate for the children in California. You still haven't explained what's going on with the children in California. You just keep saying the children in California. There's a lot of things in California going on. Do you think it's just the one issue?
We have some people saying tasty, tasty. I'm sure Jeffrey Dahmer thought his victims were tasty as well. But does his pleasure when he consumes the flesh of humans justify exploiting and killing those humans? And if not, I want to ask, what's the difference between myself and a pig that makes it okay to exploit and kill the pig, but not me? Let's talk about it.
I do think it's funny that we have people in here saying, stop doing what you're doing and go away. You could do the same thing. Yeah, you could do the same thing.
Well, humans are more valuable than animals. Humans are animals. What do you mean? Leave another comment in the chat.
We're also not really talking about your value system. So even I value, honestly, my companion at home more than I value you, and you're a human, right? So it doesn't matter what our value system is. It's more like, I recognize that you feel and you care what happens to you, and that's all that matters. And I'll respect that because you care.
Somebody says, is honey vegan? No, so bees engage with a lot of labor in order to produce honey, which is their food source. Why would we steal it from them to put it in our tea or to sweeten something when we don't need to? We can use something else to sweeten our tea, or we could just go without sweetener if we didn't have an alternative.
Exactly. Yeah, there's sugar, there's syrup, there's date syrup. I've seen apple syrup. Actually, apple honey is delicious.
Somebody says gelatin is also not vegan. This is an important one that's often missed out on within like candies and gummy bears and things like that. They'll use crushed up animal bones and different pieces of their body, and they turn it into a goo that makes that gummy texture. It's not necessary. I've had so many vegan gummy bears that have the exact same
Agar is
feeling.
so cheap.
But they have a whole lot of bones and just discarded pieces of bodies because of the intensive agricultural system that farms nearly 100 billion animals, just land animals, every single year.
Someone said, what if the bees are in my wall? Well, it's still not your honey. Obviously, you need to protect yourself, so do what you need to protect yourself, but that doesn't include taking their honey.
For anybody curious, we're here in Portland, Oregon at the PSU Farmers Market. I'm going to ask everyone to keep double tapping that screen and share the live as well.
David, I would like to ask, why do you have to push your shit opinion on everyone else? We're out here defending the vulnerable. That's why we're here. What are you doing?
Somebody says, of course it's Portland. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Leave another comment.
Portland is more about treating each other fairly, so yeah, it is very Portland. Portland still has its issues, though. We still have police, we still have bigotry, a lot of homophobia, transphobia. There's a lot of issues still here in Portland, but we do have a lot of strengths and a lot of good communities, too. So, yeah, we're a unique, special corner of this country. Yeah, and you know what? We're fucking amazing for it. Thank you.
So it says they don't have a job. Their job is to stand on the sidewalk with a microphone and disrespect people. So who have we disrespected? We've been talking cordially with y'all in the chat, opening up a conversation, greeting you with curiosity. And we've done the same with the people that we've interviewed on the street. And we ask them for their consent. We try to respect people while also engaging in what can be an uncomfortable conversation, but it's one that needs to happen. So we're here. Yes.
Keep on keeping on. You know, you are actually the one full of shit. You're the one that's causing there to be excess amounts of shit. You know why all these farms use animal manures to fertilize the soils, which is actually not good because it spreads disease. That's why we get E. coli breakouts. It's because there's so much of it. So much of it. A lot of these factory farmers who are actually trapped in contracts with large corporations, they feel like they're not even farmers. They feel like they're poop managers. There's so much poop. Whenever you look at these farms, just huge lakes of poop, pee, blood. You know, it's disgusting. If you don't like that, if you don't want to be full of poop, I suggest you live vegan because you don't have to demand that.
Somebody says, no, you're not amazing. You're total victims of a communist plot from the 60s. They planned your stupid moral framework out for you.
Your tinfoil hat's showing.
Yeah. This is another reason that we're talking about folks having distrust with authority and governments. It leads us to latching on to conspiracy theories like this. We're going to encourage you to watch Dominion and just see the truth for yourself.
Jump on in, Rebecca.
Hey. So I'm catching the end of Veganstonerlady here.
So happy to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be here and just here to have some conversations with everybody. So it's great to have everybody in the chat. Thank you for all the vegans for being in the chat and the mods. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Oh, Rebecca, it's so good to see you. Actually, I have something for you. It's not time yet, but there you are. Yas.
I'm late to the party.
Oh no. Oh no. I just wanted to do something. This is so small. I had cards and I just thought I have some time. So I just thought it's the least I could do. I had the time and the space to do so. So that's all. I don't expect, honestly, if you think about it, for anti-animal uses, and I'll repeat this again for the live later, but it's not like the happiest reasons that we're here, right? We're here to defend those who've been exploited. So I had this like mixed feeling of like, what do I do? Because I want us to like be happy that we've been a strong team, but it's like, this is still going on after a year.
Yeah.
So I had those mixed feelings. But I thought a card would be nice to be like, we have strengths and I'm glad you're here. And just a word to everyone individually, because this team is amazing.
Yeah.
This team is strong. We each have our unique strengths that we bring to the group. And it's like, you kind of feel those dynamic changes as there's different groups that show up. And it's interesting to watch how it always plays out. And it always works out too. Like, we still get stinkers, but.
Yeah, it is really mixed feelings about like, oh yeah, like anti-animal use is like 1 year, you know, but what it is, it's kind of like building a vegan community too.
Yeah, that too.
So even though we're brought together by these horrible circumstances, you know, we're doing something together for one of the largest values like that drives our lives, and so it's so meaningful to find people that are as passionate. And so in doing this, at least we have found kind of like a vegan community and people that we really appreciate. I can't express how much I appreciate.
I was already really.
I know. I'm gonna
beautiful.
cry.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna cry. It's such mixed feelings, and Ellen and Cooper and everybody. It's just such a
We're
great
such a
community.
team. Yeah, we're such a good community.
So
It's
lucky.
true.
So lucky
We
to-
really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we just take all that positive energy and we put it towards trying to end this hell for the animals,
Yeah.
and that's all we can do, and unfortunately, I mean, I don't know, feels like we'll probably be doing this. I'm going to be doing this until the day I drop dead, and that's just a fact, But
Either me or the industry. Who goes first? We'll
yeah.
find out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I hope we see something really more significant before we all leave the planet. But at least we can do is try and do something while we're here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. At least clear the path as much as possible for
Yeah.
that future to be here. I agree.
yeah, it's not impossible.
Yeah, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I do believe that it is within reach.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we have to believe, and as much as people want to tell us otherwise, oh, you're wasting your time, it doesn't help. Well, there's a lot more vegans in the world than anybody realizes. It's just that not everybody's active. And so that's why we're urging people to become more active and be more present, because the more we're present in everybody's face, the more people will think about it.
Yep. And the more normalized it is to speak up
Yep.
for the animals. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we want somebody speaking up for us.
Yep.
So, I mean, my gosh, it's the least we can do.
Yeah, it's the least.
So, yeah.
If someone was being sexist, I would hope that who's ever around them would call them out on it. So I hope the same thing for animal futures, that, if someone starts talking crap and it's like, oh, what are you saying? Call them out immediately kind of thing. Yeah, that's the world I want to live in. So that's what we're making.
Yeah, I was sitting in a meeting at work the other day and somebody said that someone was acting like dogs. And I said, that's insulting to dogs. And people laughed, and I said, it's true.
Yeah,
And then they
it's
moved
true.
on. They didn't, I didn't get in trouble for saying anything.
Right,
Sometimes
right.
when I say things, it's like, oh, Rebecca, we need to talk to you. And I'm like, oh, shit, here we go again.
Damn Rebecca and her damn ethics. Trying to keep us all accountable.
I know, only working in a human services industry. So where's the disconnect, people?
Exactly.
Speciesism.
Exactly.
So they never heard of it. I'm bringing it to them.
Oh, that's amazing. They haven't heard it. Wow, I'm glad that you're there to share that with them.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you, even if you have some degree, there's still room to always grow.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you want to read the chat with me?
Sure. Let me put this down.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a lady, she said that she agreed that animals should be relative status, and that we should that liberation for humans and animals is intertwined. She agreed that hierarchy sucks and that humans shouldn't be above animals, and that she's completely against that, and she's moving towards she just as she was moving she was she used to be she grew up really religious, and for some reason in the religions that she was growing up in, they taught her that animals basically just don't matter, and that they're less than us, so it doesn't really matter. But now she's saying that she's
Wow, what a turnaround.
yeah, she's working towards understanding liberation for all.
Yeah.
And so she took a card. She's looking into it. Her, she's already said that she's been trying to eat vegetarian most of the time. But she agreed that the urgency is urgent, because if you're not respecting them across the board, and she agreed that all the justifications are the same for oppressing other people. So she's basically she should be
right
pretty
there.
good.
Yeah,
If she
yeah.
follows the card,
Yeah,
she's pretty good.
I feel honestly, me wanting to support human rights causes is what led me to veganism, because you're oh, they feel, they care, they're emotional.
Literally. I feel the same way. Yeah. I was doing so much social justice work before, it just feels the same.
You're just oh wow, I'm seeing the overlap.
Yeah.
It's huge overlap.
And I feel so much better of a communicator for those issues as well.
Exactly. Yes, I agree. Talking about other animals has made it more clear why we need to respect each other.
That was the third time she's come by and taken photos.
I know. I saw. I was curious.
Send them to me.
Yeah, right. I want to know. Why do vegans keep their canine teeth? What? Why would I modify my jaw? That's silly. Regardless of what you think my canines are for, I can thrive on a plant-based diet, and that's what the evidence shows us. So Doesn't matter what my teeth look like. What matters is that animals care about what happens to themselves, and I can get everything I need using other sources. I don't need to wear fur, leather. I don't need to wear cosmetics that were tested on somebody. I don't need to go to the circus or the zoo or the aquariums. I can watch, documentaries or read about them or see videos on YouTube that are out in the wilderness, watching them in their natural habitats. I don't need to use them for food, right? I don't need to use them for anything. Silk, I don't need to use silk either. Yeah, silk, they boil the babies in their cocoons alive. It's funny you say I should be in the circus, which is a flesh show, when you're the one that's consuming someone's flesh in a crazy, outrageous way. I've wondered about honey. Yeah, so there's welfare issues involved with honey. Often they clip the queen's wings. They artificially inseminate her, which is holding her upside down and popping her thorax open with some pinchers and or pliers, I guess, and holding her open. And then they kill about, I think it's like 6 to 20 drones. They squish them to get their semen out, and they put that in a little pipette, and they artificially inseminate the queen so that she makes babies with the genetics that they prefer, the farmer prefers. And the wings are clipped so she doesn't hive anywhere else. But that's not even the main issue. The main issue is that bees use their labor to make honey. They go out to a flower, they come back. So the issue is more like, is it fair to use somebody? Hi, do you want to be on? Are you okay that we're live on YouTube?
Perfect.
Let's stand right over here.
Let's do it.
Awesome. All right. So the camera's there. I'm Anna. What's your name?
Tim.
Tim. Lovely to meet you, Tim.
Nice meeting
Sorry,
you.
my hands are cold.
No worries.
So actually, what brings you out here to the market?
My cousin's birthday. We're just visiting Portland.
Nice.
From Denver.
Such a good place to do birthdays. It's just, there's so many options of things to do. Let me flip this sign here real quick, and we'll get to our question. Oops. So do you think that the powerful, whatever that advantage is, maybe they're strong, maybe they're really smart, do you think that powerful should have the right to oppress or mistreat the powerless?
No, everybody's equal.
Yeah, I agree, right? It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
What do you think about when it comes to the animals that we use for like food, clothing, entertainment, or like vivisection? Would you agree that we humans are the powerful oppressing the powerless?
You could say that to some extent.
Yeah.
But from from what I know from the time beginning, that animals been here to serve us also as we serve the animals too.
Do you see animals as here for us or with us?
With us.
With us, exactly. I agree. Do you think there's anything that you can think of, and it's already to take a minute, that we need from animals that might justify us farming them or using them?
Well, like back in the day, like for farming, also not just to like eat them or anything like that, to help us farm. Because they use the animals to plow the fields and everything also. So they're here to help us also.
Do you think if we have alternatives that we should keep using ox to pull the plows, or should we use the machines that we have available?
Well, the machines don't help the environment either, so.
I mean, you could argue the cow also hurts the environment because you have to feed them, right? And they have waste and they take up space.
Yeah, but also with the machinery too, you have gas and pollution and everything too that hurt the environment.
It's hard to believe, but animals actually use a lot more resource than a tractor does. We can actually, when it comes to food, if we stopped animal ag, we could actually transport plants back and forth. It would still be environmentally more friendly than using animals. So I would say that even with the environmental costs, you would still see that using animals is a little more taxing on the environment. But let's say we look at more the individual. Do you think the tractor has feelings?
No.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think the cow, the ox that would be pulling the plow, do you think they have feelings?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think if someone has feelings and the capacity to suffer, that they should be considered morally?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree too. I agree.
Breathing and living is, should be considered with everything.
So if someone has the capacity to suffer and is living and sentient, do you think we should use them when we don't need to?
Oh, no. Not if we don't need to.
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes to things like leather or fur, do you think we need to use animals for clothing?
No, not necessarily, because we have other resources for clothing.
Exactly. What about when it comes to food? When we use animals for food, do you think that we have alternatives there as well?
To some extent, yes.
Is there anything you can think of that might justify us using animals for food that we can only get from them?
Like dairy products and stuff like that we get from, cows and stuff like that. But other than that, no, we don't need to.
Yeah. Do you think that we need dairy from other animals?
I don't. Honestly, I don't know that. I'm not an
That's
expert
fair.
in that.
That's okay.
In that field, so
Yeah.
I really couldn't say.
Yeah. So I urge you to look into it. So we found that we actually don't need anything from animals. We can get everything from plants.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just about we don't have access to the resources, or we're unaware that they're right in front of us. If
We're just naive about it.
or they're not what?
We're naive about it.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I honestly had no idea how to eat because I was never taught.
Yeah.
So I had to go and look, like, how do I get all the
Do your
things I
research
needed?
and everything. Exactly, for alternatives.
Yeah. If I gave you a card, would you be willing to look at these
yeah.
alternatives?
Yeah.
Let me give you a card. You've been so open-minded. So there's a couple of things on this card. So on the front, that's our website, and it also has all the resources on there. And on the back here is that Dailey Dozen, how to get everything you need from a plant-based diet.
Okay.
One thing I would ask on this side, if you were to scan that or go to the website, it just says, see what I find. Would you be willing to watch on your own time just a 3-minute documentary?
Oh yeah. By all means,
Really
yeah.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
like I said, I'm open to everything.
Yeah, you sound so open. I really
So.
appreciate it. And we're honestly out here. Oh, I'm sorry. The cold is getting to me.
No worries.
I think morally speaking, we all care.
Yeah.
We don't want to exploit others. And it's just that we don't always know that it's possible and
Exactly.
it's actually quite easy.
Yeah.
One last thing, would you be willing to go plant-based until you watch that 3-minute documentary?
Honestly, I used to weigh like 500 pounds until I changed my diet to like vegetables and
that's
everything like
so
that.
good for
So
you.
yeah, that's basically all I eat now. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
a bunch of vegetables and everything now.
Awesome. Okay.
So
The reason why I asked, there's two reasons. You may not know the victims that you're creating until you watch that. But the other side is that they found that people that are consuming animal products and then they watch that documentary, they're uncomfortable. So they just don't want to watch. So we're just asking people to watch it with an open mind. I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
The
You're
cold
fine.
is so
No.
terrible to me.
No.
But I really appreciate you stopping by.
was nice meeting you.
I got one last hard question for I'll let you go.
Yes.
How many more animals do you want exploited for you? Is it more than 0?
0.
Give me your hand. Oh my gosh, it was lovely meeting you.
Nice
Remind me
meeting
your
you.
name one more time.
Tim.
Tim,
Nice
you're
meeting you.
amazing. If
Thank
you
you.
want to rewatch this live, it's also on there.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a good day, Tim. Thank you so much. Enjoy the market, y'all. Thank you for stopping. Oh my gosh, such beautiful people. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Oh, my nose.
Was good.
Yes, that was amazing. Oh, that made me
I'm
so
glad because
happy.
the way that they I asked the people who were on the side from his group if they wanted to talk about it or whatever, if they wanted a card, and they said, oh, we just threw him in there, they were thinking he was gonna get tested or an
man.
IQ test or something.
He
I'm
clearly
like,
is an
no,
ethical person
no,
that thinks about things. I really appreciate it.
I was like, yeah, no, he's gonna have a really meaningful conversation he did not expect. I'm
No,
sure.
exactly. He wasn't expecting it, but man, I was an honest person. I gotta say, I love talking to honest people. That was amazing. I really thought he was gonna go heels up, but no, he was, let's go. Let's go. Veganism for the win. Let's see those green hearts. Spam them in there. Gosh, it's cold. It's getting in my nose. I hate it.
Somebody says natives ate meat.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Can you grab your
Okay.
sign? Oh, do you see that there's squares here?
Where are they?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we didn't use
Thanks.
pork chips. I didn't have the chocolate.
All right.
What does that mean?
Oh, just somewhere to stand if you want to. We're good.
Oh, I see.
Thank you. My name's Rebecca. What's your name?
Barbara.
Barbara, nice to meet you. So, we're doing just kind of talking to people about oppression. So, when we think about oppression, do you feel like it's right for the powerful or to, I should say, oppress the weaker or different types of individuals?
Oh, of course not.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of like an opener. you know.
Yeah.
Some people have all kinds of responses like, what do you mean and how, what way? And it's kind of like, well, oppression in any way usually doesn't feel great,
Yeah.
right? So,
I mean, there's any number of gradations, but yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Is that it?
No, that's not it. We just got started.
Okay.
So when we think about animals that we use for clothing, entertainment, science, food, what's your feeling about the way that they are oppressed in oror to be that for
You
us?
mean like caged and... Well, I'm a vegetarian,
Okay.
and for a long time I tried. I did succeeded at like not even having like leather shoes and.
Nice.
But I've relaxed that somewhat, so I'm not exactly pure as you. And I started eating fish. So, well, it's tricky. Wild animals, I feel like they should just stay wild and have their own life. Farmed animals, I think it's trickier.
How did they get to the farm?
Yeah, well, they're most of them were born there, right?
Right.
But
A lot of them
their
now are born there in the
ancestors-
system. Yeah, they're in the system now
Yeah.
that is systematic for them.
Yeah.
They don't have a choice. But at first, they
Right.
weren't always at the farm. They were captured and kidnapped, I would say, and brought into a system.
Yeah.
You know, but what made you go back to using animals like for clothing or food?
I guess just that it's so. It's almost, well, it's not that, okay, so I'm doing pretty good today because I have on like nylon shoes.
Cool.
But it's just so prevalent, cow leather, and that I guess I just got lazy probably, and it's so available, and it's a sturdy product.
What made you go vegetarian to begin with? Like when you were,
That was an experiment. And I'm older than you are. In 1975.
Okay.
And I decided I liked it.
Yeah.
And then I started eating fish because I was being a kind of a amateur athlete.
Okay.
And I was working a hard job and I was just exhausted. And I didn't have it together enough to figure out how to be a vegetarian, never mind vegan athlete.
Okay.
I mean, not being paid, but
Yeah, but you know, you have a pastime that you enjoy. It's good for you.
yeah.
So
I mean,
get
I
it.
was racing big
Yeah.
races every weekend,
Are
and
you a runner or
canoe.
Cool.
Yeah, outrigger canoe
Nice.
racing. So, but so that was good. I mean, so I'd say I'm probably, in the 80% kind of category.
So you were good. You're a good athlete.
No,
Is that what you meant? Or do you
I mean, as far as
vegetarianism?
not,
Not
killing
using-
animals
Okay,
just for,
gotcha. Yeah.
fun.
What would you ever, if someone told you that you could get all your nutrients and protein and all that and be a great athlete and be healthy, would you try to be vegan?
If they could, yeah, I have tried it in my life and I've not succeeded.
Okay.
So what I'm doing now is I'm just somewhat aware
Yeah.
of toning it down. I also like to travel a lot, and cheese and eggs you can be vegetarian and travel quite easily, I think, but vegan, I have a harder time. Unless you go somewhere really poor, and then it's easy.
And that's funny because a lot of people think that being vegan is more expensive than not being vegan, and it's actually opposite. There's like been a study done, you actually save like 30% on your groceries if you eat like the whole food plant-based diet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's all those like great kind of like vegan junk foods in the freezer section at the stores, or
And I don't
they're
go
a little
there.
bit expensive.
Yeah.
I eat those once in a while. I admit, like I'm a little lazy vegan. Like I'm very busy during the week working, and then I kind of like catch up on the weekend. I'm like, okay, yeah, Rebecca, get back to eating. Like,
Yeah.
I eat a lot of veggies during the week though, raw veggies. So
I live out in the country, so I don't really have a good frozen section.
yeah, frozen food generally isn't the best for you, But well, so even like that certain cheeses aren't vegetarian. Like Parmesan is made from a calf's stomach. That
Oh, really? I
Before
didn't
they,
know
the calves that are in the veal sheds, when they're killed for veal, they take their stomach, and it's like their fourth stomach because they have four stomachs, and they chop it up and they put it in a solution to sit and to like to change. I forget what the correct term is, but
the fermentation.
for Parmesan and various other cheeses.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's called rennet, They use
so rennet is from, it's like...
It's from a baby calf, and it has to be a baby. So every time you eat like Parmesan or some other cheese, there's like a whole list of them. I don't have it memorized right now, but you're actually not vegetarian. So,
Okay, good to know.
Yes, you might want to
Bummer.
look up rennet.
Yeah, I've heard of rennet, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I never even thought about what's rennet.
Yeah, it's something that, you know what, it's hard to know everything because animals are just, you know, they're away from us, and people, they've developed all of these like ways to use them, and it's very complex, and so unless you really try and do a deep dive, you don't know, you know. But so, and I know you said that you kind of use leather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you ever stop using leather if you found a good line of shoes that...
I have a vegan car.
Do you?
How crazy is that?
That's awesome.
I didn't know it.
What
when I
kind of car do you have?
It's a Volvo, and apparently the upholstery is like pleather or whatever.
That's awesome.
Well, it was kind of a... Yeah, and did not buy it for that reason.
But that's a happy accident
Yes.
for sure.
Yes. Yeah, that's a pretty good experiment, I think, because upholstery, you know, it has to be pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Okay. Yeah, because we know that cows suffer. You know, a lot of cows. I mean, because you know, so you're aware how like the slaughterhouse lines work.
No, but
Well,
vaguely.
A lot of times the animals are still conscious when they're killed.
They're what?
They're still conscious.
Oh.
They aren't stunned. And so, you know, you'll have like cows still alive while they're being killed and skinned alive at the same time. It's horrible. And I know
that is.
You seem like such a caring person to me, and I just want you to know this because I think that you would care to not participate in that, you know?
Yeah.
So...
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's this woman who came out with a book. She worked for the Welfare Society and kind of like part of the US, they're separate from the USDA, but part of it, Vegan Linked, they did an interview with her recently, and she did undercover investigations in the slaughterhouses, and these are slaughterhouses that are around us here. Like there's one from Washington, a cattle one that she was investigating, and they were still alive. They were giving birth while on the line, being killed and skinned alive. Yeah, can you imagine that?
No.
I mean, as a woman, do you have children?
I don't, but
You
I
don't?
still
But
can't imagine
you can imagine. It's like, who gives us the right to do that? You know, it's just...
Well, the reason I was talking about farming,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like where you have a cow, a sheep, whatever, on your farm, and you treat it, you know, pretty well, and then at some point it gets killed.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be doing that, but it's still.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
still using,
Yeah.
they wouldn't choose that for themselves, right? I mean, they would rather be free. They're very social.
Yeah.
They're very maternal because they're mammals like us. And so, you know, for them to make money for the farmer, they need to produce as much as possible, and then they need to die.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even in humane farming, it's not humane. And
Well, farming, yeah, that's
You
a
know.
whole nother conversation.
yeah, and even organic and grass-fed animals, the meat is still not as healthy as even processed vegan foods that are sold to us.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't eat them, so I've never checked.
Yeah, but you know, by participating in the dairy industry, you're still using those same cows that are going to slaughter.
Yeah.
So, if I give you a resource guide, would you?
I'll check it out.
Okay. So we're anti-animal use, and so
I think
these.
it's valiant of you.
You know what? I just want people to respect animals and think about animals more because they're hidden away.
So tell me, okay, so where does honey fall on this?
Well,
Because bees make it, but I think if you're really vegan, you don't use honey.
no, you don't use it because the queen bee's wings are clipped, and they're, you know, their supply is taken away. So no, we don't use honey.
Okay.
Yeah. There's agave. So this gives you, there's a film called Dominion that shows the standard practices of farming.
Okay.
Nutritionfacts.org will.
I go there.
Yeah.
Dr. Greger?
Dr. Greger's great, isn't he?
Oh my God, he's Mr.
phenomenal.
Vegan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's
In
smart.
fact, I turned my brother onto him because his wife just started using insulin. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, she can kind of reverse some of that, maybe.
Maybe,
yeah.
10 weeks, what's this one?
10weeks.org, that's like a vegan challenge. It has vegan mentors, free.
Oh, I would need something like that because I tried. Hey, Jack. I lost Pam.
Hi, we're about done.
Yeah.
She's doing it for me.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but
Thank you.
on our website, you can get more information, and there's a 3-minute video challenge. So, and on the back, it just gives you everything that you need to eat in a day to be healthy and not use the animals. So,
Okay.
okay.
Thank you.
It was great talking with you.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. You have a great day.
I've got to call. Yeah, you know what? I will keep it.
Fair enough. Awesome. I'll trade you. Yeah, thank you for stopping. Have a good day. Enjoy the market. Do you want to say anything?
It went well. Yeah, I don't like to, talk about conversations and stuff, but I felt like it went pretty well. So hopefully she'll, go back to veganism. So
Fantastic. That's beautiful. Yes. Do either of you want to do an interview? Okay.
I mean, you could totally go first.
Alvin, do you want to do an interview?
Maybe. Sure.
Yeah. Awesome. I'll take your card. I'll take
Oh,
you.
thank you. Okay, so we'll just stand here really quick. And I'll try to keep it short so you can head out too. All right, I'm Elvin. What's your name?
Julie.
Nice to meet you. I want to talk about, let's start with this question actually. Should the powerful have the right to oppress the powerless?
Of course not.
All right, okay, perfect. And do you agree that there's some arbitrary categories that some people may use, like IQ or strength or physical traits like, male or women, right, to, oppress others? Those don't matter, right? Like, we don't care about those. Would you say so? Or like they don't
Everyone has equal say.
Yeah, like none of those give people the right to oppress somebody else.
Correct.
I guess is what I mean. Okay, perfect. So, and do you believe in human rights? Like,
Yes.
That. Okay, perfect. So since we agree there, it leads me to the question of, other species, right? And what their difference is from us that may justify the positions that they're in, whether that be, some circus animals for entertainment, farm animals for food, regardless of what they're being used for. Do you believe that we need to use any animals for anything in 2026?
We are their stewards.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Perfect. Yes. So we should be caring for them, taking their interest into account,
Right.
maybe keeping them at an equal level to ours. Would you say?
Yeah,
Maybe, or maybe not like equal. Like obviously, they don't need to read, to thrive. But we
They're
would.
part of our habitat.
Yeah. Do you believe in, or would you say maybe in? What are your thoughts on liberation for them? I guess I would say.
Well, we should be cohabitating in a way that all the species can thrive. How reasonable that is, since we live in cities now, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little hard. We've got a large footprint.
Right. But I would much rather see, for the human experience, that we have the ability to live more side by side with other species. I don't see why we can't build, structure our cities in a way that has
In a way to do that.
natural land really close by. We don't have to pave it all up.
Yeah.
It makes it bad for us, and there's no reason we couldn't do that.
Yeah, I agree.
It'd be prettier.
It would. It's totally.
healthier,
Yeah. I totally agree there. Would you say that you're in favor or not in favor of the kind of hierarchy or the system that places humans above animals?
I don't think that's really a relevant question, because hierarchy is natural. And if there was an animal that was more powerful than us, we wouldn't be
at the top of the food chain right now.
Well, but there are in ways like
No, there isn't, because if they were more powerful, they would be in control.
well, I guess I want to
You
say
know
like
what I mean?
regardless of power, like do the other animals like deserve autonomy, or do you feel like animals?
No, I don't think lions should roam freely in this market right here. So
Oh, yeah.
but they do have feelings. We don't understand them.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know exactly what their spiritual level is and all that other stuff. So we
Mm-hmm.
can't just assume that we can throw them in cattle feedlots and
Yeah, no.
throw away the key. And I'm sorry, that's my last question, because he's hungry and he keeps giving me the evil eyes.
Okay, no
I
worries.
gotta go.
Can I give you a card that shows what we kind of talk about as well? I just wanted to like stress, I guess, like we kind of talk about how animals are individuals, and how they're sentient, which just means like that they have subjective experiences. And so we just question about like if we notice that, and we notice it in dogs and cats, like how can we move towards a world where we don't exploit them? Yeah. So thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you. Have a great day. All right. Let's talk to chat. You can say animals aren't persons, but they are. I'll call them persons. You can call them not persons. It doesn't matter. You're only not calling them people because you don't want to see it as exploitation, or you don't want to see it as oppression or an injustice. Same people do things with black people, like, they say, oh, they're not like actual humans. They've got like elongated skulls or something, and they'll make up pseudoscience. So, whatever justifications people use for oppressing someone else, they can use to oppress another. And you might be on that list. Someone says, you ever seen a vegetarian or a vegan lion? Obviously not. Maybe a vegetarian lion. I don't know, dude. No. Animals can't necessarily be vegan because, I don't know if they can like fully digest the concept of exploitation and oppression, and how sentient beings don't deserve that. But they definitely, humans are not lions. So if you're gonna base what you do off of what lions do, you might be biting into people tomorrow. Someone says, this is the kind of S that built the Republican Party and made them hate liberals so much. I'm a lifelong Democrat. Vegans take it too far, hating on farmers. Nobody's hating on farmers, right? They're making a living, right? I'm not hating on them. I'm hating on what they do, right? Like, farmer can be as nice as he wants. I could probably talk to them, have dinner with them, and then find out they're a farmer at the end and be like, oh, that's really shitty what you do, Someone saying I gave up on that conversation with her so fast. She literally had to go. You can't do anything. It's like a lot of people. Oh, totally. Bye.
Awesome. I'll give you this. Oh, do you want it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
About veganism.
Yeah, I'll have you stand right there. So we were already talking. What was your name, actually?
Rod, what's your name?
Rod. I'm Anna. It was Rod with a D?
Yes.
Rod. Lovely to meet you.
How many people are watching us now?
I think something like 30 to 50. It should be up here.
Nice.
We got 53.
Okay.
Make sure you guys are tapping and sharing. Let's get some more people to watch us, yeah? Okay.
Awesome.
So my name's Anna. You said Rod, right?
Yes.
So what brings you out to the market today?
I am meeting friends to gather signatures for a petition for the no tolls petitions. If you know, there is a petition that we need to collect 78,000 signatures that the state of Oregon will not be able to toll a road without the vote of the people.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Yes.
Absolutely. I agree. I would sign your petition. I'm from Vancouver, sadly, but there are some Portlanders that you can definitely talk to when you get your petition out. Yeah, because I guarantee we don't want to be told.
Exactly.
The road tolls always hurt the working and always benefit the rich. So thank you for doing that. Really. So we were already talking about the powerful and the powerless, and you agree that the powerful don't have the right over the powerless. I'll be quick. So when we were talking about the animals, when we think about animals in any capacity, factory farming or backyard, what in your mind makes it moral to farm them, but let's say not farm humans, right? Because it would be immoral no matter what.
Okay, it's funny. My cousin has been vegan for 15 years, so I know. So we've had this exact conversation.
I'll have you this way. That way the tree's not in your hair.
Just like everything in life, I believe that it's nuance. Okay, there is more. It's not black and white. In life, there is more gray. Is it not okay that we would exploit that dog over there? Of course not. Is it okay that factory farming, which is done? Of course not. Many people, if they would actually see what's happening with those factory farming, I'm sure that they would not be okay.
Yeah.
For example, me and my brother, we bought a whole cow from a regenerative farm that we went and we saw how the animals are being grown and how their entire life are being grown.
Have you seen how they're unalived, how they're slaughtered?
Yes.
Can you walk me through the process?
Yes, of course. So there are a few ways that you can slaughter them, but what they do, that they do it in the field where they eat the grass, and there are a few ways that you can do it, either with a bullet or with a knife to the neck or to the head, depends which apparatus you use, and you use the beef.
Yeah. So my question then is this the most humane method?
For what?
Oh, for the cow.
The most humane method is not to artificially inseminate them. Like
I do agree,
and
but
for them not to be.
what you just described is what you described. The way that you take the life of the cow, is that humane? Yes or no?
That is a much better option than buying in Safeway.
Yeah.
You know, the packaged beef.
Yeah.
It's.
I didn't mean it as a criticism. I'm genuinely just asking.
Of course.
Yeah. I do agree that farms that are smaller, that are typically spending more time with their animals, I do agree those animals maybe in those few moments do have better lives. But that cow that you just described, that they get a bullet and a knife, do you think that they thought, well, at least I had a good life? Or do they think, I don't know what's happened to me, I wish I could keep living?
Probably the latter. But that cow is grown for a very specific purpose.
So let's say that do you think that there's anything you think that we need from those cows?
In what do you mean need?
Is there any resource that comes from them that we can't get from other sources?
So that's actually a great topic. In Europe, Northern America, US and Canada, where we are right now, yes, you are probably vegan.
Yeah.
You are vegan for how long have you been vegan for?
10 years.
No honey as well?
No honey.
No honey. So you living here when you can go to Safeway and just pick up, but for most people, yes, veganism, you can live quite well on veganism. But my question to you is about, would you say that a subsection of people who are Eskimos in northern Alaska,
I would talk to them if they wanted to talk about veganism.
But of course, but my question is, if you think that those people who hunt whales and eat seal because they don't have Safeway and they cannot grow vegetables, do you think that is unjust because they could not?
I would have to talk to them about their obstacles, because right now we're just talking about a theoretical issue, and the only thing I could do is if someone that was from that community was here, I could ask them questions about their obstacles and what they really have to do. If you just want to know what I think in a survival situation, I think that I'm going to do whatever I need to do to survive. If I was on a desert island with a human baby and there was no escape, I think that I'm justified to take that baby's life to survive. So just because I can use someone in a state of survival, that doesn't give me the right when I have abundance to exploit them.
I am not saying when you're on a deserted island.
You're kind of saying that by you're pointing out Eskimos that have maybe limited options, and I hear you. I hear you. No, I hear you. I'm not trying to degrade what you're saying. You
Yes.
still are bringing up a great point.
Yes.
But what I'm doing is I'm standing in the middle of Portland,
Yes.
right? And I'm talking to people
Yes.
who do have access.
Oh, yes.
So I want to know about your access. Do
Yes.
you have the options to live vegan? Do you live here in Portland?
I live in Vancouver, just like.
Okay, yeah. So do you think that it would be hard, or do you think it'd actually be the right thing to live vegan, knowing that animals want to live and we don't need to use them in this corner of the world? So if we don't need to use them, you and I, because we live here.
Yes.
Do you think the right choice is to live vegan or to keep using animals even though you know you don't need to?
I think that yes, being vegan, not buying animal products from Safeway would be a better choice. And it's a question whether you want to go and get eggs from the farmer, like from somebody that you personally know, or get the milk from.
I know you have to go, but I just want to throw it in there. So chickens are also exploited. We took them from the wild, made them have a handicap, so they can't even survive in the wild on their own. They lay an egg about every other day, at least multiple times a week. The original jungle fowl only laid 13 to 15 eggs a year. They now lay 300. And if you buy a chicken, they're most likely one of these chickens.
They were domesticated.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even if you took someone, though, from their home, let's say you find a wild chicken and you're like, I want to cultivate your eggs.
13?
Do you think, 13 a year. Do you think, though, that would be, they're called the red jungle fowl, if you want to look into it.
Red jungle?
Yeah, red jungle fowl.
Fowl.
Yeah.
F-O-W-L?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Yep. Look them up. Even if you were able to find a red jungle fowl and you were to take them into your home, do you think it would be fair to steal someone from their home just so that you get eggs?
To steal from the nature.
Yeah, so the two options we were talking about, right? There's either you get the domesticated chickens, which have been abused, right? They've been forcefully inseminated. You were saying that's wrong. They're not forcefully inseminated. They're more like put in huts with males and they're raped to death. And then those.
I was talking about the cows, but it depends. Yes.
Yes, you were talking about cows. With chickens, what they do to make the chickens that lay eggs, right? They have to have the right genetics.
Okay.
So they put those females and males in a hut, and the males just rape the females to death.
Really?
Yeah, and that's how you get the chickens that you would buy to raise in your backyard.
Okay. From which organization are you all here with?
We're anti-animal use. Did I give you a card?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Which one?
So
PETA?
we're just called anti-animal use. We're a local group.
Okay.
You're literally seeing most of the team here. I'm actually called Veganstonerlady, so I'm doing my own live. You can watch it also on that card. But we're anti-animal use. It's just our group. We do outreach. We just talk to people about values.
I was vegan for 2 years after watching the movie Vegucated, if you know.
Oh, yeah. I
Have you
heard
heard?
that one.
It's good. It's good.
Okay. Then you would actually really like this documentary right here. Have you seen Dominion?
No.
You would like it. It's very informative. It shows you just standard practice.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
important to be an informed consumer. So.
Okay. Awesome, Anna. Thank you.
Thank
I
you
need
so
to
much
go.
for stopping by. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
And like I said, if you come by with your petition later, there are some of us from
Thank you.
Portland. Yeah, you have a good day. Awesome. He has a petition about not allowing tolls to be added to the roads without the people's vote. And I was like, yes, that is absolutely important. We definitely need that. He was receptive. He definitely wanted to run really fast, but yeah, I think he might actually look into the resources, but he definitely wanted to run.
Yeah.
Did you have a conversation on the side, or how was your conversation?
No, I didn't. I was taking pictures.
Oh, good.
Take
Yes.
pictures of you.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we need pictures. And oh my gosh, there's so many side conversations going on right now.
No, it was jammed up. That's why I was kind of just like over here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So wait, do you want to read the chat with me? Yeah, sure. Awesome, guys. So we're here in beautiful Portland, Oregon at the PSU Farmers Market, and we're getting a lot of good conversations, a lot of good back and forth. So, make sure you're tapping, sharing, liking. Let's get some views in here. Let's get some peeps to check us out. I want to know what the spread is first. So if you're vegan, put a 1. If you're not vegan but curious, put a 2. And if you're just not vegan and you're grouchy or something, put a 3. Yeah, exactly. If you're going to drink dairy milk, drink your own milk or your mom's milk. Yeah, PSU, Portland State University. Do I know Vegan Evan? No, but we have El Vegan here. And they are also an amazing animal rights activist. Is almond milk silk brand not good? I don't
What do you
know.
mean not good?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Do you mean like not ethical or not delicious?
I was gonna say they totally taste fine. I just don't
Yeah.
personally prefer almond milk in general. I mean, it's good sometimes. It's kind of sweet. It's good in coffee. But I honestly really prefer oat milk. Soy milk if it's not oat milk.
Yeah. If I'm gonna have cereal, I usually use like almond milk, like a vanilla flavored though.
No, that'd be good in cereal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a spread in here.
Yep.
I see a lot of, well, I see a couple of vegans. I see a couple of threes. Where are all my twos? No twos? Well, let's make sure we're tapping and sharing. Let's get some twos in here. We need to know, what's holding people back. For those that are 3 or 4s or whatever number you put in here, what's holding you back? What's keeping you from being vegan? Veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation. You can scroll down there. Is an ethical stance against the exploitation of other sentient animals. I don't want to demand someone's enslavement because I don't want to be enslaved, right? So then, what morally justifies in your mind enslaving other animals but not humans? I am now a supporter. All right, on Boof. Are you vegan? To be fair, abortions will help. Ugh, you guys. It's a medical procedure. This is about ethics. We're talking about how we should treat each other, not, are women objects or not.
No, eating animals is not good for the planet. It is not good. It's not good for anybody.
No. Specifically the animals it's the worst for. They want to live just as much as you or your companions want to live. They care about themselves, so...
If you don't need a libtard telling you what to eat, then why are you on the channel right now watching us?
I do not like that word, too, because you're literally putting down other groups for no reason. Yeah, you use that word, I don't tolerate you.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be born, though. Well, you could make the same argument for human slavery. I could birth slaves into existence and then say, well, at least they got life, right? I'm using them for whatever I want, but at least they get to live.
Cray cray, you are cray cray. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, for real.
Because I don't know what you're spouting off.
I gotta say, if you say that we're so much like Jeff E., think about what he did. He preyed upon vulnerable beings. He exploited young bodies for his own personal pleasures. And he didn't care that he was affecting others and making victims, right? Yeah. What does that sound like to you? It kind of sounds like using animals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Using vulnerable individuals because you are more powerful than they are.
Yep. Using their bodies for your pleasure without consent.
Yep. A lot of people get into situations of abuse like Epstein did because they are vulnerable and they're needy. They have to get out of bad situations. They need money. They need someone to help them. So they're willing to do a lot of things. So
or they're just young and easily manipulated.
Exactly.
Yep. And that's kind of with the animals. It's the same thing. We sit there and say, "Oh, they don't really fight back." They don't really understand exactly what's going on. Just like if a child was raised in those same conditions, right? But that still makes your actions as a moral agent to them immoral because you know better. So when you just make ad hominems, it just shows that you don't have an argument.
Yeah, but tell us why you're not vegan right now. Give us an actual, reason why and not just some, like, I like meat or, I don't know. It's just not a legit reason.
You have no rights, only what you can enforce. So we actually have, what we're talking about are called inherent rights. We're not necessarily talking about legal rights. We're saying we have inherent rights that are inseparable from us, that we are our own person and we deserve to not be exploited, to not be enslaved and used for others' benefits. So it doesn't matter what any society says. It's more about, what do you think? What are the qualifiers to you for someone to be respected? What is true of all humans that animals lack that somehow justifies us enslaving and exploiting them?
Yeah. When they're out of captivity, they act like your pets do. If you have if you're guardian to an animal, I shouldn't even call them pets, but the cows, the pigs, the chickens, they have personalities. Yeah. When people are enslaved, too. They kind of lose their spirit, their hope. They can't have the relationships, and it's the same with animals. You know, they're so oppressed, and so their whole being is just like squashed. Their spirit, and so their personality gets affected. So you should try and watch some videos of animals that are happy when they've been freed, and you'll see what we're talking about. So
You are being actively very racist. Can you explain that? Yes, we are humans.
yeah. Well, I don't know that animals have souls. I don't know that we have souls. But the point is that right now they suffer and they feel things just like we do. So that is proof enough to leave them alone and let them be.
Shorty, hush. My goodness, you literally just keep repeating the same question, don't you? It's not, I've already answered this, so maybe listen. I said we're not talking about legal rights. We're talking about inherent rights. You know what inherent means? Maybe go look it up. It doesn't need some government or some enforcement. I know that I have rights. I am my own being. Just because you're on the outside of me and you want to use me, that doesn't give you the rights to touch me or use me. Okay, Shorty, so who has the authority of me not touching you? Is it a government? Because there was one time when a government didn't care what some people did to each other, right? So then would you say that it's moral in the lack of government to enforce rules, that it's okay to just kill people? It's okay to rape people because there's no law enforcing it? Please, I'd love to hear your response. Is it moral to rape people now if there's no law? Is that moral? I'll wait. Either you're typing a long response or you're just not coming back. Interesting. It's funny how you're so upset because you feel like your rights are being trampled on, but when you realize your victims have inherent rights, oh man, now my peepees are really pissed off.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me that. Who declares what is moral? You, me, again. Shorty, is rape moral in your opinion? Shorty, until you answer that, I'm going to ignore you. Is rape moral? Yes or no?
Waiting for an answer.
Yeah, we're waiting for you to answer. Come on, Shorty. Shouldn't be that hard to type out yes or no. Otherwise, you're just typing out another excuse because you're dodging the question, because you're a coward and you're afraid. You're afraid that you are a hypocrite in front of people. We're all looking at you right now.
What's the question?
The question is rape immoral or moral when there's no government? When there's no one to enforce rights, is raping somebody, which means to force yourself onto them, is that moral? I still don't hear from you, Shorty. Where are you? It's interesting. So if you both say something is moral, then it is. See, Shorty can't answer it. Pathetic, Shorty. You're a coward.
Yeah, you're deflecting. Just answer the question.
Such a coward. Such a coward. You're a coward, Shorty. And you're a hypocrite. You have to live with yourself. You're the one that has to look yourself in the mirror and be like, yeah, I said that. I'm a hypocrite. I'm okay with harming young bodies for my sensory pleasures. So now we're just getting ad hominems. So I'm going to start over. So we're here in Portland, Oregon at the PSU Farmers Market, and we're here talking about values. We're asking people about their ethics, see if they're actually living in alignment with what they believe. And honestly, I see this as like a public service announcement. I'm talking to my neighbors about what kind of society we want to live in and, you know, who deserves to have respect.
Where do your morals come from? A global consensus? I'm just asking a simple question. You are clearly triggered. No, we're not triggered. We're here and we're answering questions, and our morals, the morals come from not hurting other individuals. Is it ethical to inflict harm upon vulnerable beings? It's never moral to do that. And if it's moral to you, then you need to look and take a deep look at yourself and understand where that's coming from.
Yeah. If you were on the side of exploiting others or using others' bodies for your sensory pleasures, please think about what you're doing. Please think about, is that moral? Ask yourself, does my victim want that? Does my victim need that? Is it really in their best interest?
Yeah. No, we're not harassing people. We're asking people questions today. We're having a conversation, and we're still allowed to do that.
I need you to go look up the word harassing and go understand what it means.
Yeah.
You came here. So.
Yeah.
We're asking people about their morals, and they can walk away if they're uncomfortable. So what's wrong with talking about anything? Am I not allowed to have conversations? Oh, wow.
Thanks, Booger Man.
Booger Man. Let's see, what's the comment? You should cook for people. That's more receptible than complaining. Yeah, so I have to make all the food for everyone and bring it here at a farmer's market. You think that's really going to be easy to do? Or is it easier just to have conversations with people? Yeah. Even if I gave away food, that doesn't mean that people are going to connect with the ethics. They're just going to be like, oh, some vegan food is good, which that's fine.
Yeah.
But that's not why we're here. I'm not here to sell vegan food. I'm here to speak for the vulnerable. And, you know, that's like saying if I'm against slavery of humans, if I was back in the times of slavery, that I should get all the goods that are not slave made and then give them away. And it's like, that doesn't help anything.
No.
It's more like telling people, hey, your ethics say this and you're not living in alignment with that. What are you going to do next?
There's actually like this yearly chili like contest cook-off where I work, and
Go ahead.
nobody has a vegan chili, and I usually just get really annoyed every time I see the ads for it and stuff come out in my email. But I think next time they have one, I'm going to put out my vegan chili. So that's a way that I'm going to cook for people, to kind of show them that, hey, this can be really good. You know, I'm going to like subject myself to standing around all that disgusting stuff smells with people, but I want to represent. So yeah, that's a way that I will cook for other people, but it can be pretty expensive.
Yes.
Wonderful people.
Yes.
It was wonderful. Oh,
I'll have. Did you want to do it? No. Oh, okay. I'll have y'all stand right there in that little brown box. Excellent. Actually, let me turn it just slightly. There we go. Just so y'all in the screen. My name's Anna. What's yours?
Mayra
Barbara. Barbara. Lovely to meet you both.
Good to meet you.
What brings you out here?
The farmers market.
Yeah. Was there anything in particular, or just the vibe?
Strawberries and flowers.
Oh, yes. Everyone's talking about the strawberries right now. I love it. I know there's like a couple of booths like right over there alone. Yeah, I love it. So I'll just get right to it. Do you think that the powerful, someone who has some kind of advantage, either strength or intelligence, has the right to oppress or mistreat someone who doesn't have that same advantage? Yeah, I know, right? It seems obvious.
It seems pretty obvious.
Yeah, I agree.
The way you expressed it.
Yeah, right? No, it's like very specific.
Yes. We were just talking about it on the streetcar.
Were you?
This is like, when did you stop beating your wife?
Yeah.
Right.
No, right on. Exactly. Okay, so this one might feel like the trick then, but I just want to know, I'm curious, what do you think about the animals that we use for like food, clothing, entertainment, or even vivisection? Do you believe that we're the powerful as humans oppressing the powerless?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Can you think of anything that we would actually need that from animals that we can't get from other sources?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. Can you think of anything?
I mean, I'm thinking about the live animals and,
Yeah.
you know, what we get from them. But
Yeah, like the companionship,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, nothing against that. Against that. So then, when we think about our companions, right? We wouldn't want something terrible to happen to them. We don't want someone to come kick them or exploit them in some terrible fashion, right? And then, for you, what is it that makes that wrong? Is it because they're your property, or is it because they feel?
They're sentient beings.
Right on.
it has nothing to do with property.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you guys agree with me then. What about when it comes to animals for food? Do you think that there's something we need from animals in that scenario?
Sadly, I enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have pleasure.
Mhm.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I do want to look at how they're raised, you know, and how that comes from.
Their experiences matter, right?
Right.
Right. That's what we're saying with the dog, right? Their experiences matter. So when we think about it, though, we can't think of anything that we need from animals. And they care about themselves. They don't want to suffer. They want to avoid any harm, right? What can we think of that might justify what we do to them?
I don't think
Continuing to
anything.
do it. Yeah.
On the scale?
Yeah. Yeah. That's an honest response, and I gotta say, I really appreciate it, because most people, this is where they dig their heels in and they get really defensive. So I really appreciate you guys being honest. So it sounds like your values are in alignment with not exploiting others, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What might be stopping you from walking away from this conversation and living vegan, living those same values?
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. What is it in your mind you think that might be a lot of work?
You got to cook differently. You got to think about nutrition differently. You got to be very aware.
Okay.
You got to change your palate. There's a lot of reasons.
Okay. Do you have any idea, any thoughts?
I typically do not like vegan food. I have tried many a recipe. I've gone to vegan eating events, and I leave hungry.
Well, I appreciate you guys are willing to try them. So let's say, I mean, there's a lot of vegan options out there, and I haven't even tried them all yet. If, let's talk about like maybe all vegan alternatives taste terrible, right? And it's a little bit of work to get your meals. Who has it harder in that scenario? Would it be your taste pleasure and the hardship of learning how to eat? Or the, so what I'm asking is, what matters more, the animal's life or your convenience?
Is the answer.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That's not the way it plays out.
Right. So if you had access to resources that could help you live in alignment with the values that you clearly do have, would you be willing to at least look into them and look into how you can separate yourself from supporting that system?
I might.
Okay, let me give you the cards here.
Okay.
So on the front is our website right there. You can actually rewatch the live as well, and I'll give you one.
Thank you.
Yes, and on the back side of that card is a list on how to get everything you need on a whole food plant-based diet. So whole foods, plants, and you could literally find everything here in the market even. So I appreciate that. Could I ask you one last question? I'll let you go. How many more animals would you prefer be exploited for you? Is it more than zero?
Sorry, say again?
Yeah, how many more animals would you prefer be exploited for you?
None.
0.
Exactly. That's the value I think we all share. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping. And like I said, you can rewatch the live again. It was Barbara, and what was your name again?
Mayra.
Mayra, thank you so much. Anna.
Anna, right.
Thank you so much for stopping by. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day. Enjoy the market. Oh, wow. So many honest people. Yeah, it was good. Yes. Yeah, they were open. Hi, what's up? Oh, I love the hat. Yes, the chicken hat. Josh, you want to say hi?
Hello.
This is Josh.
It's been a while since I've been here.
Yes. Oh my God.
Been busy with
It's actually
school.
Probably been almost a year now at this point, right?
No, not a year.
I don't remember the last time you were here.
Like 6 months, maybe 5
Okay.
months or something like that.
So
4
Right.
months, 4 months.
So
good to
happy
see
to see
ya.
you here.
Yeah.
Are you just in the market? You come to do activism, or what you doing?
I'm actually going to a Smash tournament.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I don't even know what that is. I mean,
It's like a video game. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is my trademark hat though. I've been wearing this a lot.
It's awesome. It's so awesome. I was like, yes, come here with the hat.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, I guess thank you for being. Did you want to say anything?
No, no.
Okay.
I don't have anything to say.
I don't know if you want to advertise your.
I'm doing a persuasive speech on eating more plants for my public speaking class next week.
Awesome.
I had another one a week ago. It had to be informative, so you can't make it persuasive. So you just have to tell the facts as they are. So the facts I gave were, I didn't want to bring up the morality, because I think that kind of draws people away sometimes.
Right now, I see that in a classroom setting for sure. I could see that. Yeah.
So I talked about how the blue zones, their diets consist of 90% plants, and some of them are strictly vegetarian. And then second was how when you eat saturated fat, which all meat has saturated fat, it restricts the endothelial lining in your blood vessels. So athletes get restricted function. And also me as a nerd, I want better blood function to my brain.
Right.
So eating, when you eat.
You need those vessels to expand and contract.
Right.
Yeah.
And then third was the agricultural footprint of meat and plants, which is wild, because 80% of all agricultural land is for wildlife, yet they make only 18% of the actual calories.
Yeah, 83% for raising animals, and
Right.
yeah, they only give us 18%. That's just, yeah, that number always blows my mind. But when you look at the trophic pyramid, I guess it makes sense. But it's just like to see the numbers, it's staggering. So that 83%.
And it's just thermodynamics, because an animal has to live, and by living you generate heat.
Move and you think.
Right. And you think,
Yeah, that blood flow, right?
Thinking does require a lot of energy. That's like what requires the most energy for humans, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this operates everything, right?
Yeah. You guys getting a lot of people out tonight?
We've
or
actually
today?
had a decent amount of conversations.
It's pretty busy. It's a pretty busy farmers market today.
It is. I think as the sun gets warmer too, it's going to just get bananas out here.
Oh yeah, the sun's supposed to come out soon, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Well, thank you, Josh, for coming out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, coming and saying hi at least. I hope you kick ass in that game, in the Smash Bros game. Yeah. You have a good day. Oh, I love seeing Josh. Oh yeah. Do you want to have a conversation? Or you want to have a conversation?
I'm here with you.
Awesome. What's your name?
Luke.
Luke, lovely to meet you. Right now I'm Veganstonerlady. Actually, I need to end this right now. I was going to say you're right on time, so let me wrap this up. So thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing, tapping, engaging. Thank you for commenting. Thank you to the vegans for answering questions. Seriously, can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to anti-animal use. We're going to get started in like 7 minutes, and we'll see you then. Make sure you go to anti-animal use right now, okay? All right, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for being here. Veganstonerlady out. I got to hit the button.